What is good, everybody? Y'all already know what we came here to do. We got another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us on the docket today. We got to get into, should the Bulls really make this 18th pick? Is that going to be the best option for the Chicago Bulls moving forward here? We're going to break that down. Also, Vooch says he wants an extension. Vooch says he wants to stick around. We're going to talk about that. And of course, we got to talk about where in the world Russell Westbrook is going, man. Like, news around the NBA is wild. Also, Deshaun Watson settling on all these cases is crazy out here. So we're getting into all of that and more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live. Let's go. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all know how we do. We got everybody in the stew. Shout out to the squad. Yo. What's good, y'all? We got my man Stefan Adon in the building. We got Mr. Two Letters. If you knew better, you do better. How y'all feeling today, man? How y'all feeling today?
What it do?
Hey, man, we got a lot to get into on this episode, brother. I'm glad to be back in the studio with y'all, man. It's good to be. It's a good vibe. 2 days in a row.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? AD's still here. I don't know if we've seen AD for 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Quite some time.
Man. I'm back and I'm black.
I'm black, y'all.
Yes.
I'm black, y'all. Anyway.
What's good?
Hey, man, if you guys are in here right now, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. I will say this, man. Shout out to everybody who made it through the last episode, because that audio for the first 30 minutes was terrible. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not make it through it, but I'm going to double check right now. Okay, we're coming through loud and clear, sounding beautiful right now, baby. Yes, how y'all, you know what I'm saying? I think we did all right, though, for the first episode, man. Pre-recorded. We back in the game, man. We back in the game.
Yeah, not bad at all.
How y'all feeling today? How was your day? How was your day, fellas?
What's hot out there,
man?
bro?
It is baking out there, bro.
I was going to say, bro, it's legitimately, like, I don't know how people is doing it.
You know when Alexa give you like the random, you have a notification, and then like all of a sudden you be like, Alexa, what's the notification? I'm glad I got that mug muted. And she'd be like, you have a weather advisory. It's hot.
Right.
You probably shouldn't go outside right now, man. But nah, man. We got a lot to get into sports-wise on this mug, man. Got a lot to get into just conversationally, man. But to start the show off, man, appreciate y'all for showing love. Question on the top of the show. Let's jump straight into it, man, because I don't like wasting people's time. They showed up for a show. We're going to give them a show.
Facts. Already.
Is it better for the Chicago Bulls to use the 18th pick? Does that make the most sense for the Chicago Bulls? And here's kind of the reasoning behind it, right? Because now we've heard that Vooch wants an extension. You could still make a trade. Nothing is locked in stone. But the question on the table for me is, what's going to be best for the Bulls when Vooch eventually do end up, parting ways, making their own moves and different things, right? Like, we would love to have these guys here forever, but the reality is they're probably not going to be here forever. What's going to be best for the Bulls? Or is it better to use that pick to bring somebody in, some talent in right now? What are you guys' thoughts on it, man?
Well, I think, me personally, I think they need to go ahead and trade the pick. Cause I feel like it's too many teams that are too many teams with young assets that are trying to make moves and stockpile picks. I mean, you've already seen it with the Rockets. You got OKC still in play. You don't know what the Orlando Magic are gonna do. We don't even know what they're gonna do with the number 1 pick. So I think it's still I think you still go back and you try to trade that number 1 pick to try to get a player to accelerate the process of you winning the championship here in Chicago.
If you don't get what you're asking for, or you don't see the deal where you can trade the pick, and you don't like anything pre-draft, plan everything up to the draft, and then see what happens when some teams might get desperate or might get a little anxious and pull a Matt Nagy and might throw the world at you.
You definitely could, dog. Ryan Pace in that mug. You definitely could, right?
Ryan Pace.
Like, I feel like there's real opportunity at the draft to see a pick get moved. I think that the value on a lot of these people is going up in some directions. On some of these guys is going down because of the asking price, right? I think the most interesting one out of everybody here could be Kobe White, because, right, like I think for me, right, so here's my thing. And here's the reason kind of where the question came up. It was from a Casey Johnson article when he was talking about, you know, what the Bulls could do with this pick and how they've gone into kind of win now mode right now. Okay. But you've still got some time, and you've got some players in this draft that could be on your team right now and could be perennial starters, not stars, but just starters in the NBA. That could give you some good production. And so for me, right, I'm looking at it as, hey, if we can go into this draft and use this pick and find a guy who is 15-8 guy, right? Like, and all of a sudden you're talking about the team moving forward. Like, you have to think about winning now, but you also have to think about winning for the future, and you have to think about the consistency. What's going to give you the best chance to do that? While I can't say that you're going to get the best player out of the draft in a deal, right? Like, I can also say that there's an opportunity there where you can talk about a team in the future of Alonzo, DeMar, or Alonzo, Zach, P. Will, whatever that player may be, maybe another piece. And there's a lot of room to move guys around where you could get, I mean, the Bulls could be in a situation where they're talking about getting 2 number 1 picks if you can move Kobe for a late first round pick or even an early second round pick, right? Like, there's a lot of, this draft is full of role players. So you could be talking about a situation where making the pick is the best move for the Bulls.
I mean, I see it. I can see a scenario where that is, but just you know, just going off what AK's been saying about you know, this team deserves better. This team deserves better. We need to fill the championship team. I don't necessarily think that that's in the cards for them. As much as I see what you're saying, I just think that he's bound to make a move at some point, because you got too many teams that want that. What do they got, the 18th
pick? Yeah, and I don't disagree with you. I said on Locked On Bulls today, right? Like, I think that the Bulls are gonna move the pick. I think the Bulls are gonna move the pick before the draft even gets here. You know what I'm saying? I don't
between now and Thursday.
Between now and Thursday, I don't think that it'll be a draft night move to me. I think we could see a move tomorrow, so be on or today, I guess. So be on the lookout for that.
Tonight.
Tonight. You know what I'm saying? I think you could see a real move done before the draft, because you know these guys are going to want to get in there. Now, granted, right, any move that gets done, you have to trade it, because the Bulls can't trade multiple picks. It has to technically be a draft night move.
I'll say just promise. You can promise,
it would be promises.
We'll pick up who you want, trade it to you afterwards.
Yeah. It would be promises, right? But I think you could see something like that. Like, I guess me phrasing it that way, I guess the news today wouldn't make sense. But what I'm saying is, like, you could see, like, the Bulls have this structured deal in place.
Right.
It's just depending on what they do at the draft with it. I think you could see some serious news coming out today talking about, like listen, by the time this video drops, this could be a moot point. We could be talking about the Bulls having already moved that pick. This is dropping every day 11-1. You know what I'm saying? Humble plug, and I'm up. But no, I just feel like if you're gonna talk about what's gonna give you quick success, right? The players do that. Going out and making a move to go get a Rudy Gobert, going out and making a move to go get a John Collins, whatever it is, right? That's a, hey, we got to win right now. We have no option but to win right now kind of deal. You got to win in the next 4 or 5 years, because now you're putting the pressure on yourself to do that. And I'm fine with that. I like the pressure. I want to see the pressure on this team. We haven't had pressure on this team. But I think the interesting thing is too, like, the biggest thing about it is you want to keep free agents having a desire to come here. Like, dog, this is the first free agency maybe ever where people want to play in Chicago, or it's at least reported that people want to play in Chicago, minus like the Jordan years, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't hear this in the Derrick Rose years.
That's a fact. I can agree with that. And I think, but again, to AK's point, like, the fact that Muggs want to play here, and then it's just like, nah, I'm actually serious about coming. I like what y'all got going on. I think that it's getting to a point where he's got to pull out all the stops, because, I mean, you still got, even though you don't know, like, what's gonna happen with Kyrie or KD, I mean, you still got them 2 guys in the East. I mean, you still got Jaylen Brown, still got Jason Tatum. Like we said, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
Isaac Okoro in the pick. They about to make. I mean, that team's gonna be no joke. JB Bickerstaff got them guys rolling. So it's like you're definitely gonna see something.
Yeah.
Like you're definitely gonna see something happen. And I forgot about Jared Allen. Shout out to him too.
Can't go wrong with a Jared Allen in that mug. No, man. Hey, listen, we want to know how you guys feel, man. Let us know in the comments below as well. You know, and if you're in the Premiere Live right now, man, check it. Let us know in the comments on the side, man. Do you feel like moving the pick is the best move? I mean, it's crazy to me, right, that we're talking about the Bulls being a free agency destination where, like, we could go out and get serious names in this mud, dog. Like, I mean, like, we're talking about big name players. Now, I will say this, right, though. I think we might be losing out on one name. But there's a couple of names that the Bulls have in play, and it seems like they're interested in. But did y'all see the Knicks might be offering Mitchell Robinson the multi-year bag out here to keep him around? That might take him out of the mix. That could be a reason why the Bulls are going so hard at a Rudy Gobert. That could be the reason why the Bulls are going so hard possibly at a John Collins, although I think John Collins is probably going to Sacramento, which I kind of don't get that either. I don't get the Sacramento move because, like, what do you have Sabonis for?
Does he have?
I heard Boston.
Connection with Mike Brown.
I heard Boston.
Does John Collins have a connection with Mike Brown?
Nah, he's never.
Not really. I don't.
Yeah, he's
believe
never
so.
coached in.
Mike Brown in Atlanta? I don't think so.
Nah,
Oh.
I don't think so. I mean, I've heard John Collins to Boston.
Win.
Who?
Mike Brown.
Oh, Mike Brown. Yeah, he's not there to have fun.
So
You talking about a Sacramento?
Yeah. So
Is he still coaching there, by the way? I fully expected him to opt out.
Because he's had coach before.
He's still there.
Hey, I fully expected him to opt out. I'm not even gonna stunt with you, bro. I was like, when they said head coach opts out, I was like, oh, Mike Brown. They were like, no, Kenny Atkinson. Wait a minute now. Oh, which a whole different situation there, right? Because we've heard so much stuff about that.
Is that even possible?
What?
For him to pull out like that? Pause. Wow, that sounded crazy. Wowzers. Pull out, my guys. All summer, we're pulling out. All right. There you go.
AD's been back 2 days. AD's been back 2 days. And we've got like...
Yo, that's wild.
He's been back 2 days, bro.
Yo, I'm a legend. I can't.
There were so many other substitutes.
Bro, yeah. So many options, bro.
bro.
Like, you went with that one.
Yeah.
Hey, man. He got out of that jam.
It's 13 minutes into the episode, bro. Like,
He got out of that jam.
we are nowhere in this show. And they just taking us off the rails. First off, we're all children. But my God, AD, I would have thought I expected better of you. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's where I went wrong, right? Hey, man, let's switch gears here, man.
Well, have fun, Kenny Atkinson. Have fun.
All right. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Well, here's another question that I think that you have to take into account when you're heading into this. You all right?
Step overdone.
Just go. Yeah.
You good, my boy? You good?
I think I got it.
All right. Is it?
I got it.
We are children, bro. Here's another question that I think you gotta ask, and especially when it's talking about the draft, when it's talking about a lot of these big trades, right? Because we heard today that Vooch does want to re-sign an extension with Chicago. He does want to be here for at least a couple of these runs in the playoffs, right? He's probably talking about, I would say you're probably talking about a 2-year extension on top of what Vooch already is. He's coming into the last year of his deal. If you were going to make a deal with him, you've got a 2-year deal that you would try to put in place. Do y'all like Vooch coming back on this team, especially being able to run it back and understand kind of what his role is with this team now? Or do you think the Bulls need to just move on from Vooch, kind of, hey, you know, I think this experiment has run its course. You're not really a third option for us. Let's get him out of here.
I think that when I look at that situation, I'm not mad if he stays, but at the same time, I'm looking at it like, who's gonna be the option next to him, or the person to give him that spell, kind of like Andre Drummond did with Joel Embiid. If you do go out and let's say they get a John Collins, I like that. He starts, cause then John Collins becomes the stretch four.
Yeah.
That allows Vooch to get most of his buckets in the post, which is technically where you want him. So that nullifies that. But then if you turn around and say you don't, and then he just hit a develop Marco, I'm fine with that too.
See, my question mark with the whole thing is, one, what is Marko Simonovic? That's the biggest question that all of us have, I think.
Like
is he
or position?
It's not
skill.
Can he play? Like, I think that's the biggest question, right? Can he play? But the other thing for me with Vooch being a part of this deal and you know, kind of what he's gonna be with this deal is, how much money is he gonna make over the next span of 2 years? Like, you know, if we talk about $10 million a year for Vooch, $12 million a year for Vooch, heck yeah, like sign me up for that. And can you build around him so that his role is not over exasperated? And what I mean by that is, like, we asked Vooch literally to be Rudy Gobert last year.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, we asked Vooch to be the pure post player. And we asked Vooch to be the stretch four. Right. And all the time, right, like, he was the third option on your team.
Right. He can't, his load has to get lighter as we go on if we extend that contract. I kept thinking about how the team is constructed with keeping him. So if you sign him to more, that means we have Vooch, Simonovic, and what's my man's name that took his player option?
Oh, that's the wrong one. That took his player option.
Yeah, he exacted his player. He had a player option this year. He deep on the bench now.
Troy Brown?
No. At the center.
Tony Bradley. Yeah, get him out of there.
So
what?
It's them three. It's them three at the 5.
You talk about big man.
Yeah, as far as big man.
Not people that's actually going to play.
Right, no.
Hey, time out. He getting an M? He getting an M?
Yeah, Tony Bradley, I think, get like 1.1 or something like that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Why not? Hey, get it how you live. He get an M for being that tall and being able to play.
That's pretty much all.
I mean,
I guess.
Pretty much all.
I'm not mad. My only thing with Tony Bradley,
you can't be getting picked up by other grown men.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a wrap.
I mean, we said that because we like talking about him, but anybody that would have been anybody getting picked up.
No, in fact, Steven Adams picks up.
Steven Adams would have picked up.
Steven Adams probably picks up grown men and just throws them into the ocean for no reason. I hope he
comes back visibly more in shape. Like, he looked like he plays the old man game. Like, he looked like a tall Paul Pierce. Like a taller Paul Pierce, I should say. So I just will hope he kind of bulks up.
I think he trade bait, brother. Like, Tony Bradley.
No, but that's fine. I ain't gonna lie to you. For himself. Like, yeah. I hope I said this last episode, I hope everybody just does their work in the offseason to improve their game. So wherever they do land, they can stick around and offer something. Because I hate to see guys leave that kind of have a mid, like a bench role to leave here and kind of just fall to the wayside. So I'm like, wherever he do land, I hope he's straight. But as far as the team is concerned, I think we're still due if we extend Vooch to add another player, and then they fit that stretch 4. So I like is it Collins or Collinson?
John Collins.
I like the Collins situation. So anybody,
like 125 mil though.
Well, not at that. If we can get somebody cheaper and play that same role, I'm cool with that.
I think that's the question, right? Like, I love Vooch, but it's like, you got to put somebody around him. Maybe it's just P. Will, right? Like, maybe that's really the answer, and that's all you need, and we'll be fine if he's there and he's the answer. But like,
or you could. I
feel like you, and that's kind of what I feel, right? Like, I think if you went out and again, that goes back to the pick being so important, right? If you go out and you go get an EJ Liddell, or you go find like guys are falling in the draft. By the way, like if you're able to get a Tari Eason, or you're able to get like
Jaden Ivey is falling.
Jaden Ivey's falling here. Walker's actually moved up a little bit. Walker Kessler actually has moved up a little bit. But if you're able to go out and get these guys, right, these guys that are going to make an impact year 1 off of the bench, you're going out and you're getting Bobby Portis, you're going and getting Daniel Gafford, Taj Gibson, right? Like that's where you find those guys at. That's where you're supposed to be finding those guys at. You're not supposed to be signing those guys the multi-year $80 million contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep finding those guys in the draft. So I feel like the Bulls are in a good spot either way to find that guy to put next to Vooch. You do have that mid-level exception. I think they'd be in a little bit of trouble if you don't go with, if you're unable to get Mitchell Robinson, right? Because the other players, like who's the other big man that you feel is gonna give you that same boost, right? Like maybe you can go get a Nick Claxton, but is he gonna come here for $11 million? Like that mid-level exception is what, like $10.1 million? Is he gonna come here for that? I don't know if you're gonna get that for him. At that point, right, like you could split it between a couple of people, but you're talking about possibly a Moses Brown or something like that. Like
I like Moses Brown. I don't know why people keep sleeping on him. I think that I'm right with you on those two, Moses Brown or Nick Claxton, because at the end of the day, like Nick Claxton knows how to play a role, and he's very capable. I would say, outside of Drummond and him, especially last year when he did get the minutes outside of the one game where he could not hit a free throw. Yeah, he was their most capable big. Like he knew, like he was him and KD, like that 4 and that 5 combo. Like they did what they were supposed to do on defense. So I think that if you were gonna get a fill in for Mitchell Robinson, it would either have to be Nick Claxton or Mitchell Robinson.
But the problem is with Nick Claxton, right? Like, again, are you going to get him, right? Like, I think that's the question. Like, I feel like the Bulls are a better free agent destination for sure. But the question comes in, like, are you going to get him? Are you going to be able to get him in the building? Because you're talking about a player who a lot of people found interesting, who a lot of people, I feel like, coveted, right? Like, you're not just talking about a big who wasn't getting good run. You're talking about somebody who people were like, hey, listen, if Claxton can give you production on here, you might be set defensively at this position. I'd love to get a guy like that in here, but it's going to be tough for me, especially when everybody's bidding on him, to be like, hey, I want you to take less money to come play here in Chicago. I don't see that happening. Like, I mean,
he would have to, if he expressed a want, then you could throw that out there. And then just, because how old is he?
Oh, Nicholas Claxton?
How old is Claxton? He got to be what? 24?
Oh, yeah, you can pitch the future.
25?
You can pitch the future now.
I got you.
Or pitch the future to him. Like, take this now.
I feel like he's way older than that. I'm not going to lie to you.
We could take care of you later.
I feel like Claxton's like 29, 30 now. Not that somebody going to look it up, right? I am the worst person on this show with age, bro. I be making mugs 37, 38 because I've been watching it forever, bro. And then mugs be like, nah, bro, he's like 22. Like, right. What? Like, when did he come into the league?
23.
Claxton's 23.
Yeah, you can pitch the future to him.
23.
Like, take this now.
I like Claxton because I feel like you can still bring Claxton off of the bench. You still got P. Will in there, and Claxton can come in and give you some good minutes on top of that. Now, here's a question, right? Because of everything that's going down in Brooklyn right now and what is going to be. If you want Claxton, because they're saying that they're not matching any deals, could you possibly get him signed to a deal and maybe move the pick for Claxton if it's a smaller deal? Do you think that could be in play? Or I'm at this point, right? You're just trying to find pieces that fit well around.
Because don't Brooklyn traded a lot of picks to get.
No, they got two first round picks back.
Yeah, they got picks back from the Philly trade.
Oh, that's Philly who's hurting.
Yeah. Philly's hurting for picks. The Lakers are hurting for picks out here, brother. Yeah. Meanwhile, they still trying to give them away.
This is the thing, though. So, and I just kind of just thought about this. What is because we talking about bigs. What is Miles Turner? What is Miles Turner's role going to be? Because I was looking at the trade. I mean, they said a 2026 first rounder, and a player for Russ. So I mean, if that's what like. I don't think it's got to be that high, but I mean, if we talking Kobe,
I think it's 18, like we said yesterday, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like we said yesterday. Like I don't think Larry Bird's gonna do business with the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, but my thing is, I'm taking a flyer on it. I'm taking a flyer on everybody. Like,
I mean, yeah, you're gonna kick the tires.
Legit.
You see how
I'm gonna kick the tire on that.
You're gonna kick the tires and see what they say.
I'm gonna kick the tire on that.
Like I said, it's your job to ask. It's their job to say no.
Cause I know he not trading with the Bulls and he not trading with Pat Riley. That's like a.
What you call it?
Which is another reason why I don't think they're getting the Donovan Mitchell deal done. Cause I seen that Monks was like, bro, Danny Ainge despises Pat Riley. Like.
Well, and that's what I mean, right? Like I feel like there's still some of those guys around the league that still got that like old school beef. Like, nah, bro, you not.
Danny Ainge foul anyway. I still ain't forgot what he did to Isaiah Thomas, so I'm smooth on him. I wouldn't trade with him either. Don't ask me for no trade, dog. I'm not giving you none of my players.
I'm cool on what he did with Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas, right? He played for Detroit. He's a Piston.
No, I'm talking about Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, you talking about? That's not Danny Ainge, was it?
Yeah, that was Danny.
That was Danny Ainge.
That was Danny Ainge in Boston.
That was Danny Ainge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was Danny Ainge. Yeah,
That's fine.
I thought you was talking about when Danny Ainge was playing.
No,
I ain't even know what he did. I was just like, nah, it couldn't have been good.
I'm talking about him as a GM. Like, it's just, I don't know. It seems like they sell. At least to me, they sell loyalty over there at Boston.
I would definitely try to kick the tires on a Miles Turner to see what's up.
See, the problem with what a Miles Turner is, right? Like now you're asking yourself, where are you playing, guys? Miles Turner already wasn't happy where he was when he was supposed to be the second big, and they moved Sabonis for that reason, which makes absolutely no sense to me. And then on top of that, right, like you're talking about.
I don't like that they moved him like that.
Yeah, let's move the better player.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Let's move the guy that actually is better at basketball than the other guy.
Because that had to be a locker room thing.
It had to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that was. But even that, right? Like the Bulls, if I'm not mistaken, the Bulls made an offer on Sabonis. And Indiana was like, no, we're not trading in our division. Which is wild, right? Because I'm like, in the division, brother. Like, I didn't even know basketball still was doing the division thing. Like, we still doing that out here? It wasn't
much. It has no weight. The divisions have no weight
at all, bro.
You know, it's just old head still talking like that.
I think it's just.
Well, that's why I said it was Larry Bird.
I think it's mainly.
We're not gonna trade within the division.
Yeah, division is mainly
Larry,
you're gonna play your division most, like most sports. You're gonna play your division most often.
Larry, the division has been gone for years.
For scheduling only.
But the difference is, right, like they fly airplanes now. Like they're not taking they're not taking a Greyhound.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, listen, brother, if you got to take the Greyhound to get there, that's a whole different thing. But
you gotta fulfill that TV schedule too. So it's like who can get places.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. If you're talking about the Bulls division right now, brother, like I don't think we're big worried about what are we talking? We talk about Milwaukee? And Detroit and the Pacers, and ain't there one more in the Bulls division? Ain't there 5 teams in our division?
I Cleveland? The last one.
Cleveland.
Well,
hey man, 3 playoff teams in that division, man. Toughest division in the nation. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't even tell you. It's the Central Division, right? Like.
Yeah,
we did this exercise.
You said later on we was gonna ask about this, and I don't know,
bro. I couldn't tell you the Central Atlantic, Pacific. I don't think is Pacific a division.
Yeah, sounds West Coast
and Southeast.
Ain't it 5 of them? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. Get rid of divisions.
I don't even
it's
care.
the whole
point
of the conversation. Get rid of.
Cool. In the Eastern Conference, you have the Atlantic, Central, and Southeast. In the Western Conference, you have the Northwest, Pacific, and Southwest.
Okay.
There's 6. We had no idea. We had no clue what was going on at all, brother. We lost. So, but no, man. I just think the big thing that the Bulls have to do right now is like, if you are going to sign Vooch to an extension, if you are going to maximize what Vooch can give you, right, like you have to ask the question, can you find somebody that's going to pair with Vooch in trade, or can you find somebody that's going to pair with Vooch in free agency or do you need to go to the draft? Like that's the biggest question on whether the Bulls should be going to the draft, in my opinion, because I think that's when you're talking about, right? Like, yeah, you want P. Will to be the 4 on this team, but when P. Will goes to the bench, what's that going to be? What's that going to look like? You know what I'm saying? So that's, and I think that's the part where we lost the most with Vooch, right? Like, when Vooch and P. Will were on the floor together kind of towards the end, you saw kind of a chemistry building. You saw it working a little bit. But then when you're going to the bench, it's still Javonte Green or Derrick Jones Jr. or, name the skinny, lanky guy, Troy Brown Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if it's me, I think that...
Question, real quick. Because I'm looking at it now, because they're about to have the Vegas tournament with the G League soon, the Summer League.
Right.
Do you factor in bringing anybody up from the Windy City Bulls?
Marco.
Other than Marco.
That's it.
Oh, Dad, we don't have no centers. Dang.
Marco.
We got one center.
Marco.
Other than Marco on this team.
Oh yeah, no.
So I don't need center on both levels.
It's a structural
real
thing.
guard and 4 heavy.
It's
on
the structural
on the Windy City Bulls as well.
No, yeah, I wouldn't. I don't have anybody on the Windy City Bulls that I saw outside of that. Like even I love that one of our highest viewed videos is like Devon Dotson is exactly what the Chicago Bulls need, and literally like Devon Dotson never panned out into anything that I thought he was gonna pan out into. No lie, I'm kind of glad. Like my Kai Soto video, watch it also be wrong, but like most of our most viewed videos are me being wrong. Like it's pretty funny, dog.
Nah, I was with you on that Dawson thing, bro, because he was hooping in college. I was like, bro, he got to the NBA. Is more known for
issues. Like
he was more known for being that dude.
A certain I don't know. I feel like he might have needed a little bit more either athleticism or height to help him stay up here. But he was solid to me.
I think it could be a size issue. I think he also never got a chance to really get a ton of run, right? Like he didn't get that opportunity to be a part of the Bulls that like sucked awfully.
Right, because he was cooking with the Windy City Bulls. That's why he back with him.
I think that's the thing though, right? Like there's still a gap. Like there's still a vast gap between G League and NBA.
I hope that gets better too, and it will improve as people as young people want to feed their families without having to deal with all the NCAA madness. I hope the G League offers like, okay, cool, go play with them, get you some money, and then the level of competition will get higher. So anybody looking who's going through, and I don't want to seem anti-college, but I'm more so very critical of the NCAA. Like, they're going to come to your house, they're going to promise your mama cars, houses, shoes, clothes, and everything. Go on ahead and get your money, or go ahead and, like, build your skill. And then that level of competition hopefully gets better as well.
I don't think the NBA wants to.
I think that's just dependent on where you go, though.
I don't think the NBA wants to. I look at it, right, and if the NBA really wanted to, the G League would be on ESPN. If they really wanted to,
they are.
Not really, right? Like they put the tournament on there.
If they set the G League up, because the minor leagues aren't contingent on the show. Everybody's just trying to get to the show,
right?
It's only the greed of MLB owners that want to get rid of that expense. But you don't have to worry about that at the NBA because the level of money that they're making. Cool, you can support the G League and let that funnel in and not have to worry about that expense.
But
the difference is, right, in baseball, right, like the minor leagues is bigger than college baseball is.
Yeah.
You go into the minor league, like the College Baseball World Series is on right now.
Because you can choose.
Who's in it?
Oh, I don't know.
Exactly.
Which one?
Who's in the College Baseball World Series right now?
The ladies, I know it's Oklahoma.
They just finished.
Hey, it's a team that's huge here.
The Tennessee Smokies.
Northwestern. No, Notre Dame. Notre Dame. And I don't know who they playing. Tennessee?
I think so.
It's Notre Dame.
I also don't know. Right? I know it was Notre Dame.
I don't know. I don't know. When you said big minor league team, I just thought Tennessee Smokies.
No, he's talking about college.
I know the Tennessee Smokies.
You just play the show, but no. What I was talking about college ball, right? Like.
But they get to
the minor leagues is bigger, right? Like people choose to not go to college
and then go
to jump into the minor leagues. The minor leagues is bigger in baseball. In the NBA, for that to happen, you need to make something that has been a bigger, like college baseball was never the biggest staple. It always was the minors. College baseball was never bigger than just coming into the game.
The G League should work on. And I mean, it's probably the NBA Energy League, but they have to get in. I don't want to say get in good because I don't want that to be corrupt at that level either. But they got to get smooth with the AAU squad. Even if you want to make that where like, because I don't want to. But
what's the purpose of? But
I don't want to level. But the AAU level has a high level of influence on where these kids go.
Okay,
but the thing is, right? The thing is, you don't want it to become. See, this is the thing. You don't want it to become.
You play for this coach, you're gonna go to the Bulls automatically.
Yeah, you don't want it to become that. You don't want it to become that.
Because then it's college all over.
And the G League does do a draft. First off, it's like a 14-round draft for the NBA G League.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. But the G League does do a draft, right? And so you want to have people choose the G League over the NBA just to enter the draft, just like the minor leagues do. Just like, hey, I'm gonna draft this dude. And we I think we talked about it on Locked On Bulls, right? Like having like a supplemental draft or something, or an extra round is just for the G League, right?
But what if we put the caveat on it that they have to have a heavy, because already, well, we know that the Windy City Bulls are very much like they have a big hand in the community. So I'm like, if they put an emphasis on some like the younger kids, the AAU kids, as well as pro-ams and stuff like that, and they have to really shop the local market and keep that in there, I think that would probably be a better incentive than at least put an emphasis on the key.
You still got to break college.
But bro, let me tell you why.
You still got to break.
Me
college.
Personally, I don't think that's gonna work. Just all for the simple fact, you got to think about what you're saying. These mugs is going to AAU probably about. They probably plan on about 3 to 5 AAU teams a year, maybe a month. So it's like at minimum, I know that I'm still going to college, and with the NIL rules, certain schools, I don't have to like. I'm gonna just go there and get coin, just off my name basis. Whereas if I go to a Texas Southern or a Texas A&M, one of these big name schools that's not going to be in the NCAA tournament, I probably got to get a job like I'm at Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, you feel me? I might have to do the NBA, but I don't think they would ever. I mean, I might have to do the G League, I don't think they would ever get into it with the AAU teams. Never.
No, I think the biggest thing that you have to do when you're talking about, right, like getting in with the AAU teams and stuff like that, is you have to figure out how to. It's too. The AAU teams can't factor into it. I'm not gonna lie to you because it's too corrupt. AAU is mad corrupt. AAU is mad corrupt.
Can't factor into the G League.
Can't factor into the G League.
Okay.
It just like it shouldn't. Just like it really, like muds are going to look at these muds at these AAU games, but like it can't really factor into like the college game, even though the college game is already stupid corrupt, right? So like you can't say
it already factors because you look at.
But the problem is, right,
high school games.
But you have to beat out something that's already a staple in people's lives. Mm-hmm. March Madness is a staple in people's lives. People know that, and these kids are gonna say, "Hey, listen, yeah, I could go play in the G League," and some of them do, right? What's buddy name? Marjan Beecham.
Marjan Beecham.
Huh?
Marjon
Beachum, yeah. Like
I keep thinking about. I'm not necessarily thinking your top prospects. They're gonna go to college. That's fine.
I think the NBA could beat them. I think they don't want to. No, I don't think they want to cripple college basketball.
They need a symbiotic relationship. But bro, they need a.
It's like, what's my man's that was with the Bucks that he went straight to Europe and then got drafted?
Brandon Jennings.
Oh, that's Brandon Jennings.
Them. It's those players, instead of going overseas, make the G League more appealing. That's more so what I'm saying. I'm talking about the guy who needs 4 years. I'm not talking about the superstar out of high school that's only doing it because he has to. Most of those guys are going to go to. I
think that's happening.
Players are going to go to college. They're going to make their NIL money, and then they're going to come in looking like Deion Sanders. That's fine.
I think that's happening.
I'm looking for the 4 year guys. I like those who are not going to get the NIL money, who want to who aren't necessarily super focused on their education, or whose grades may not be that good, or who have issues with testing. The G League is for you.
But these mugs ain't super focused on school now, though.
Yeah, I think the thing is, right, you gotta find out how to make the Windy City Bulls more popular than Duke. It's the only way you're gonna do it.
And that's not
because in their mind, right, if I feel like I'm gonna have to grind it out, find my way onto a team, figure out what's happening, the way for me to do that is to go work with, well, he ain't there no more, but go work with Coach K. Although Coach K is probably gonna be back. But why I keep everybody, he's retiring. I was like, not on a loss, he ain't. That boy will be back.
Why does it have to necessarily be popularity if you're really getting in the G League where you can get in college?
Because it's draft stock. Your draft stock is based on popularity. Guess what? Ayo Dosunmu went in the second round last year. Ayo Dosunmu was one of the best scorers in college basketball, and he was a really good facilitator, and he was a great defender. And guess what? He went 36 to the Chicago Bulls because he went to Illinois and nobody was paying attention to him.
And sleep on a Big Ten and they shouldn't be, because I'm a big Ten fan. But
I mean, the Big Ten has performed awfully in the tournament. There's some reasons for sleep out here. Let's not. And that's like Ken and you did. He like you covering Big Ten sports, and I'm like, bro, it's not a lot of people.
I didn't lie.
I was like, there's not a lot of people that want to watch.
Base is huge on their own. It's just like the national.
But bro,
covering the major teams or the Cinderella.
But
we're in the Big Ten is really covering the middle.
No, I agree with you. I agree
Illinois,
with you.
Northwestern.
But the thing is, right?
Look at Purdue. Purdue is up there now in the Big Ten, where they've taken one of the top positions.
But the thing is, right? Especially we were talking about football too. Who's coaching Illinois football right now?
I don't know.
Yeah,
me preferably. I don't care. On Saturdays, Muggs is not watching Illinois.
Here's the thing. I would watch them when Illinois was competitive. I would absolutely watch them. But Illinois is never even competitive, bro. I'm not watching these Muggs, and it's the reason why I'm not a college football. Honestly, it's probably the reason I'm not a college sports fan, because football kind of is the thing that usually will tie you to it, right? I'm finna be a Jackson State fan.
Definitely.
It's not because of the players.
They play them games, I'm watching it. Wherever
they got mad games on ESPN, but it's not because of the players. It's because of Deion.
I'm with it though.
I'm a Deion fan, and guess what? I'm gonna be a Deion fan, and I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna have Jackson State merch, and I'm gonna do
right.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So
shout out to all the HBCUs. Boy.
That's gonna be.
We ain't worried about no Power 5 teams and what they promising their kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
They drafted 35-year-olds.
But the thing,
bro, they drafted 35-year-olds.
Hey, bro, they bringing grown men in that mug, bro. It do be some of them mugs in college football that though, bro.
People.
Them must be I've been at this school for 10 years. It'd be how's he still eligible to play, bro? How's that work?
Because I'm getting my master's, and after that, I'm gonna have my degrees.
No more borrowing from mom for my eye.
Look, a girl comes up to me and says, "Hey, you know what, sexy? No, I don't know what, but I bet I can count up all the change in your purse very fast." It's crazy to me because honestly, it's funny about the college. I remember I went to a small high school, and I remember even playing the larger or more popular or more populated high schools. I remember we played Lamont. And I was Tinley Park High School. We played Lamont for homecoming. I don't know why, but them dudes look like Notre Dame. And it was a dude on there. I promise you he had 4 kids in a home somewhere. if they look like that in high school, I'm like, bro, by the time you get to one of these Power 5 teams, you looking about 40.
Hey,
and you playing these 18-year-old kids.
But even how Valus Jones is. Valus Jones, 25 years old.
Oh, I just got
Took a year off because of COVID, switched schools for a year, went to Tennessee, dominate. Like, bro, like some of these must be like 27, 28 years old,
I
bro.
think it was somebody like that. And
but that's cool.
college,
He should really take care of himself. I hope that. I think
he did. I'll say this. But even this, right? Like that's the thing. Like that's why kind of to put a bow on the conversation that we started, right? Like that's why I'm so big on. Like if you're going to build around Vooch, you might be able to get it in the draft this year because EJ Liddell's 24.
Okay.
Like think about these mugs, right? Yes, their career's not nearly as long, but they came into the NBA ready back in the day. Magic Johnson came into the NBA, won a championship. Yes, he had a great team, but Magic was a huge part of them winning a championship.
Right.
Larry Bird came into the NBA ready to win a championship.
That Michigan State team, they like you said, they came in very much ready. And now you almost have to put in two. It's almost like they like in the NBA when they come in that young, it's like they have to redshirt again.
Well, yeah, you got to figure out what the heck. And here's the thing, right? Nobody even takes into account your entire body changing because you're 18, 19 years old when you come into the NBA. Like, honestly, like Patrick Williams is 20 years old right now. What if he grows?
Hey, go crazy.
That's still a possibility.
Jason Tatum.
You grow till what they say you stop growing? 22?
22. Yeah.
You stop growing at 22. What if he grows? What if right now he's 6'7", 6'8", and then he come back in the offseason and he's 7 feet tall?
Then we got our new center. You better measure him before you get that big. Hey, you better go get your tape measure and go measure this fool before you give away that pick.
Well, bro, that's legit. That's what happened to Luol Deng. Remember that?
Yeah.
Luol got drafted at what, 6'5", 6'6"?
Yep.
As a small forward. Came back in the offseason, 6'10".
Hey.
What is that?
He should have known.
Yeah, I'm saying, so like
my brother from the Sudan, man.
But the thing is, right, like now you're talking about, and it happened, I believe it happened to Kyle Kuzma too. Now you're talking about trying to figure out how you're trying to figure out how your body works. You don't know how to play like this. Like you see AD playing like a point guard because he had a growth spurt in college his freshman year.
Yeah.
But if he had like say that growth spurt happens and he stays in college more than just a year, it happens his junior year. Yeah. All right, well, I'll stay my senior year, figure out how the heck this body works. Right? Like, that's a whole different dynamic that a lot of people don't get.
That's on your strength and conditioning. That is on your fitness. You have staff for this.
But now you're getting paid millions of dollars at this point. You need to figure out how it works like that. You don't get the luxury of being an 18-year-old kid that has to figure it out on the fly, right? That's why I say a lot of these dudes that come into the NBA and are 2-3, like all the dudes the Bulls draft, first off, Luol, I think, was a 2-year player, maybe 3. Kirk Heinrich was a 3-year player. Taj Gibson, 3-year player. Like, them mugs came into the league and they was like, no, just give me the ball. I know my spot. Here it is. Boom. Turn around.
Right, there was
bucket.
Especially
rookie year. What are you giving me? I'm giving you 8 and 8.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's players in the draft right now that could give the Bulls that.
But I mean, it's just, to me, if you're one of those players, if you wanted to, you gotta. That's why you gotta get the younger players, especially your new draftees, to kind of lock in now. When you have, I don't like to single them out, but when you have like AD on Beyonce's internet talking about he ain't bounced a ball in 3 months, like, you know your job.
Every bro, this my thing though. It's
the off season.
Is he recovering
from what? Playing video games.
He had an ankle injury, didn't
he? Yeah, but he recovered from that. He played.
Bro.
When did he play? Oh, he did finish the season playing.
Yeah, he finished the season playing, bro.
Hey, listen, you know what? Here's the thing. That don't bother me. AD been playing basketball his whole life. You know why it don't bother me? Because like you said about Babe Ruth, like in the offseason back in the day, Muzz used to just do cocaine, drink alcohol, and they actually
are talking about baseball.
No. I'm talking about the NBA. They actually just use training camp. Like, Muzz don't realize training camp now is like to see what these mugs look like in season shape. Training camp used to be
Get in
I
shape.
got to get the drugs out of my system.
Right,
I got to get back in shape. Somebody
Run the
Right.
floor.
Somebody get me a sauna.
I just stopped
a
smoking
hot
black
towel.
yesterday.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the training camp is completely. Training camp literally used to be I'm training to get in shape. That's why it was so long.
But that's why you can tell who put in work over the offseason by their start. You can tell by the Bulls' hot start that multiple people was putting in work.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
They
Like,
was in the facility 2 weeks before every other team
I'm
was.
trying to think. NBA training camp used to be, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me in the chat. By the way, if you're in here right now, like the video, subscribe to the page, all that good stuff. If I'm not mistaken, NBA training camp used to be the NBA draft. You had, it's not called rookie mini camp in the NBA, whatever that like rookie session where they get all the rookies together to learn systems and stuff. Summer league. And then you had a month off. And then you came back for training camp.
I thought,
And then the season
that's a
started.
fact.
the way the Bulls
That's a
social
fact.
media be, it's like,
Or
it
it
seems
was- or
like they
it
can
was
come
it-
in whenever they want.
No, it was summer league. You had a week of training camp, I believe. You played preseason, and then I think you had like 2 weeks off, and then you came back for another month of training camp, and then the season started.
That's a fact.
Wow.
Training camp used to be mad long.
Well, everything's been the bubble year, and then
No, this is like 90s, early
No, I'm
2000s.
talking, but even still, we haven't had a quote unquote standard regular NBA season for a long time. Like everything got pushed back.
we just did.
We just got back.
This one started as
Yeah,
it
82,
had in previous years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I
as far
think
as
no.
the timing,
Hey,
that's what I'm saying. the
It started
timing.
when Adam Silver wanted it to.
Yeah,
Adam Silver wants to avoid as much NFL as possible.
Yeah, no,
it started when Adam Silver
They're
wanted it
definitely in
to.
cahoots because the taking Turner Sports off of, well, stopping Turner and chucking them at TNT from competing with Thursday night football is still crazy to me. Because I'm like, that's where
That's
like
smart.
to me, but that to me that meant sports as a whole had a chokehold on that night. Like if you like basketball and basketball is your life, you watched basketball.
Yeah.
Football, if that's your thing, you're watching that. You're not even looking at it.
Nah.
If you like both, you just had to switch.
Nah.
Like you had to split
I'm
screen.
gonna be honest
get both
with you.
TVs,
I'm gonna be honest
do what
with
it
you.
do.
No matter what is on, football will win.
That's fine.
Like the NBA did, I think in Game 6 of the NBA Finals, it did 13.6 million viewers. That's how many people were watching Game 6
No,
of
that's
the NBA
light.
Finals.
That's a regular Sunday. That's light on a
It's
Sunday.
week 2.
Yeah, that's light.
That's Sunday Night Football week 2. Hey, you gotta get actually. Now I say week 2 because week 2 normally like it start to like they be like, all right, we got our great game. All right, let's get some of these weak mugs in here. So that by the end of the season we can get our great games back in here again.
I don't know. It's something in
hey,
football and soccer where
you
they
can't
have the
forget-
cheat code where it's like, okay, cool. These fan bases mass over multiple countries,
That's nationalism, though.
and they gon'
That's nationalism.
Yeah,
That's a whole different thing.
What
You
you
can't compete.
Soccer?
Yeah, that's not.
Oh no, bro.
No,
you can't
no, that's
compete
a, that's
I don't, you just can't put that on nationalism.
national
Like
thing.
I might like.
Bro,
an
we
English
have a
Premier
video
team.
right now on our channel that is doing 56,000 views because I said Kai Soto's probably not going to be a first round pick. It's 56,000 views worth of hate.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Oh,
jeez.
Nationalism, bro.
Yeah, get that
The
thing.
Philippines
No.
came to play. You know what I'm saying?
Football is king.
yeah. See,
Yeah, football will forever be king.
American football.
Sadiq Bey had a whole night where he dropped 50 and nobody watched.
Nobody watched. Why? It was
No,
on
no.
Thursday Night Football, wasn't it?
No, nobody watched. Yeah. No, I think
Or was it a playoff game? No, it was a Thursday night.
It was
No,
a playoff game.
no, if I'm not mistaken, no, it was the Super Bowl, wasn't it?
No. Oh,
It was
no,
the Super Bowl,
Yeah, that's
wasn't
right. No, because that's I remember that too because that's the same week Kyrie dropped 50 on the Magic
Kyrie
twice.
dropped 50 on the Magic twice.
Yeah.
Somebody fact check us on that. I think it was a Super Bowl. There
everybody
was
was
one
dropping
NBA
50.
game on.
And Sadiq Bey was like,
On the
"Nah,
Super Bowl."
I dropped 50. That's cold. And I'm like, bro, nobody watched that.
We do not care.
That's crazy. We really do drop everything for
Bro,
football.
NFL is king, brother. And it's always going to be Kane. That's pretty much going to be.
You would think they would act right, but we have players that just can't seem to get regular massages.
Oh, man, that's all. We'll get into that in the second half of the show as well, man. Jesus Christ. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love, man. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We're going to keep it going with some Bulls content in the second half and also talk about some of the teams around the league as well. Make sure y'all stick around with us. But first, we got to tell y'all about Rakuten. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with another episode of the Windy City Breeze. We do have to tell you about Rakuten. First off, question, fellas, are y'all still paying full price for the things that you love? What if I told you that your favorite merchandise or places to go could work for you? Well, now they can, and you can earn cash back with Rakuten.com, where you can earn cash back on every single purchase. You want that new pair of Nike Air Maxes? Y'all already know I'm gonna get a new pair of Nike Air Maxes. Guess what? Rakuten's offering up to 10% cash back on the Nike store right now. Fellas, you need that new driver for the year and you don't really want the wife to know how much you spent on it. Get cash back over at Dick's Sporting Goods right now. Rakuten has all that and so much more, and they're even offering double cash back in select stores. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description and sign up using our code to get started now. And if you spend more than $30, it also helps out your favorite Chicago sports talk show. Click the link in the description below right now to sign up with Rakuten today. Your wallet will thank you. All right, fellas, let's get into the second hour of the show, man. And by the way, if you guys haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, all that good stuff, man.
Press the button.
Push the button. Come on, push the button. I might have to drop that in there. Don't worry about that, man. Here's an interesting thing that we've seen. Kind of, this is more news around the league, right? And it could be the reason why Kenny Atkinson decided not to stick around on the Charlotte Hornets deal. Because we've heard today that there is serious talks about the Charlotte Hornets' interest in Russell Westbrook. I don't know why. I don't know what it does for the team. I don't know how it makes them better. I have no idea on any of it, right? But what are your thoughts on Russell Westbrook going to Charlotte, and even on the Pacers deal that we heard with Russell Westbrook, right? That possibly could have him heading to it could have had him heading to Indiana, but Indiana ended up turning it down. Like, where do we think Russ ends up next season?
I just don't. I've never liked this running narrative that Russ is trash or that he's a liability to a team now or a cancer to a team now. Like, yo, he averaged a triple-double for 3 years?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
For 3 years straight? And then, so all of a sudden we don't care anymore?
I'm kind of
like
starting to...
That's easy.
Yeah.
No, bro. No, it was not easy. This man is still a freak of nature. He still can play basketball. Any team should be... I just say put some more respect on his name. Now, as I led with that, he can play with any team. Now, whatever is going on with him as far as like mentally, you got to ask the sports psychologist. But that man's skill level,
I don't think it's nothing wrong with him.
Still there.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with Russ.
I think if he wants, I think it honestly, it probably would be perfect for him to get out of the West and come to some Eastern Conference team.
Well, he was on Washington. I thought that's where he should have stayed. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Russ. I think Russ is playing next to LeBron. I think that's all it is.
I think more so it's playing at home.
I think Russ is just playing next to LeBron. Who's he gonna pass to that can make a shot?
Hey man,
like we can agree. He may not be the same Russell Westbrook that he once was, right? He may not be the go out there and give you 28, 17, and 11. He might not be that guy anymore, and I'm okay with that.
I think he can still do that.
But if he's gonna be on the decline, you got to put shooters around him. Russ, the one time Russ was on the team with shooters by golly, they could knock down shots when he passed them the ball.
When he was on the Rockets, when James Harden went out for like, I think it was like a 2 or 3 month stretch. Cause he was struggling with the Rockets for a little minute. He pretty much almost averaged a triple double, and they had traded Capella at the time too.
He's 33 years old.
This is my thing with it. As it pertains to Russ, I'm with you. I think that Russ is just playing under LeBron, and it's easy to talk.
Just slamming doors in my house.
It's
slamming no doors in my house.
It's easy to talk trash.
Why you better say that?
Yeah, but it's easy to talk trash about Russ because he's playing with LeBron. He's at home. It's the Lakers.
And you're looking for a reason why LeBron didn't win.
Yeah. So then, to switch that over though to the Kenny Atkinson point, Kenny Atkinson came out and said he didn't want to coach stars. This don't got nothing to do with Russ.
Thank you.
He just don't want to like.
No, but say it again for them in the back. Say it again.
This don't.
But you don't think that's the reason?
No.
You don't think a potential? Because you're talking about a deal right there. The Hornets basically talking about possibly moving Hayward. They're talking about moving a pick. They're talking about trying to get Russ. They're not trying to bring in a small fry. They're trying to bring in a star. And you would have to coach LaMelo Ball, who may not even be a star, but you know he think he is.
I need more. I need to see more of Kenny's resume.
He's a star.
Than just
his resume was that
he won on somebody's staff, right?
He was the head coach of Brooklyn when they went to the playoffs.
They got rid of D'Angelo Russell because D'Angelo Russell did the thing on Nick Young.
Yeah.
So then after
he don't want that pressure. That's why he back though.
He came up. That was the last time he won. That's his resume.
He don't want the pressure. Didn't get rid of D'Angelo Russell for the Nick Young thing. That was in L.A.
Pressure bust fight.
Right.
And he ain't like that pressure.
But Kenny Atkinson was the coach of Brooklyn.
Point blank period. He don't like the pressure.
I think Kenny Atkinson is actually a good coach. I just think that he.
But he don't want that pressure no more.
I think Kenny Atkinson wants to be the head coach of Denver.
Why?
Because your biggest star there really is a dude that doesn't really have a wildly out there personality.
Can we keep it real? Can I keep it real? Can I keep it real for those in the back? Let me keep it real. Am I looking at this camera? Can I look at this camera?
Well, it's just that one.
Ain't no pressure coaching for a West Coast team that ain't nobody gonna watch. Let's keep it a buck.
Why was he so old with that though? Like,
ain't no pressure. Then he got the
hey, ain't no pressure.
Them pants almost bust.
Stretchy, shout out.
Hey, that's stretchy material.
Stretchy.
Hey, when they came out with stretchy jean pants, I ain't gonna lie to you, that was game changer. I'm right there with you. The stretchy jean pants is game changer.
Bro, ain't no. Hey, it's okay. Know yourself. I say that all the time. But the pressure ain't built for certain
know
coaches.
yourself, know your worth.
So if you want to hide out on a team, like coaching for any NBA team, your flaws will be exposed. Like going in not knowing that, like literally other teams are watching video around the clock to see where you lack. So if you're not going in ready to do what you do well and improve where you're not, then you don't need to be coaching nobody's team.
I think the biggest thing, right, like in Charlotte's situation is like none of the deals they talking about make any sense, bro.
No. That's why
none of the deals they talk about make any sense.
I heard no deal for a big. I heard no deal for a big.
Bro, like, well, no, I heard DeAndre Ayton, but like then I didn't hear them sending nothing back. So what do you like? All I watched last year in the playoffs was they needed shooting and they needed rebounding. Which of those does Russ help with? Maybe rebounding. But he's not a center. So am I tweaking?
He's a high. Yeah, he gets a high.
I think.
For a point.
I think this just got everything to do with Kenny Atkinson flaws. I mean, I just had to think about what you said about him coaching stars that aren't really out there. I mean, KD's on record saying that he don't even brush his hair. Y'all pay him to hoop.
I mean,
so
yeah, but yeah. So you're saying like him not wanting to work with KD is weird?
Yeah,
I don't know, bro.
like
That whole situation to me was weird. That situation almost didn't even happen.
I mean,
that's how I feel.
It could be Steve Kerr went to homie, was like, "Hey, bro, let's run it back."
No.
Mike leaving, I'm gonna need you.
Well, I did. Somebody, I forget. Maybe it was on Locked On NBA, one of them, but they were talking about like maybe because Steve Kerr has had health issues that have popped up the last couple of seasons.
Yeah,
and he's missed a considerable amount of time both times with him. Maybe we're seeing Steve Kerr's run come to an end as the head coach of the Warriors because he might not be able to stay out there and be healthy enough to. And he wants to spend more time with the family and just get his health back in order, right? Like that could be a whole different you dig there. And then he wants to come coach the Chicago Bulls and win some championships with that team that he got. I'm just saying. I'm not ready to move on from Billy Donovan yet, but if Steve Kerr comes available, yeah.
I was just gonna
Steve
say
on autopilot over there anyway.
I'm just. Yeah, that's a fact. He is kind of autopilot. But yeah, I was gonna say I think that I'm on record. Like I said this already. If he gets 10, so he already got 5 as a player. If he get the last one, I mean, you can get up out of there. But 11, right? But then
Bill has 2 3-peats, a repeat,
and a ring as a player.
So that's 8, and he's got a ring as a player, so that's 9. Right? 2 3-peats. No, 3 3-peats. Did the Lakers 3-peat?
Yeah.
Didn't the Lakers 3-peat?
I think they did. No, yeah, they did, and then Kobe won 2 on his own.
And then Kobe won 2 on his own, so he's got 3 3-peats,
so
a repeat. That's 10.
And
that's 11, and 1 is a player. That's 12.
Oh yeah, no, he got 12.
Right?
But yeah,
9,
10, 11. Yeah, 12. Yeah. Had to make sure I was doing my math right there.
I think he, I think he gets 10, and then, but even then in that situation, I don't see him going to Kenny. I can see you going to Mike Brown. Well, I mean,
Mike been a coach though.
Actually, no. Well, okay, no, he could go to Kenny because I forget. That's how you know nobody cares about him going to Sacramento. Like, yeah, nah, okay, yeah. So then I can see your Kenny point then.
I can see Kenny staying there because right, even in that situation, right, like Stephen Curry's a superstar, but like he's already dealt with that dynamic. He knows Steph, he knows everything about Steph, he knows the system. But the weird part to me is right, like he's gonna be Steve Kerr's top assistant now. Maybe you know what? Maybe it's a.
Everything's on autopilot over there right now.
No, I think this is the thing, right? And this could be what it really just is. Mike Brown's leaving. Mike Brown's his top assistant. So now Kenny Atkinson becomes his top assistant. Yeah. Kenny Atkinson gets that love that Mike Brown was getting, which is the reason why he has the Sacramento job, which I don't get that at all, but okay. I think the Charlotte job is better than the Sacramento job. At least you got Jordan. At least you know he wants to win. Jesus, bro.
He don't want to lose no money to Jordan on the hall.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to go down there, but then Jordan started betting, and I got out of there.
It's either them or the Knicks.
But even that, right? Like I feel like if there's gonna be a job, I feel like Kenny Atkinson on the Knicks wouldn't be bad though. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's already got like that New York
shook him.
Look.
I think New York shook him already.
But even with that, right? Like I wouldn't want to coach that franchise. That franchise in shambles, like it always has been.
Yeah, he shook one.
The Nets already got you out of there. Maybe Charlotte was best case scenario, and he's like, well, if I play assistant for 1 more year, I get a better shot.
Possibly.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I think Steve was like, "Hey, yo, stay here 1 more."
Cause everything's still on autopilot. But even then, I don't see. I think like once, cause I fully think the Warriors might repeat. Like the Warriors might repeat. So I think
I'm not against.
Not if the Bulls got anything to do with that.
I think at that point
we got to get to the finals. When we get to the finals, I'll argue with you.
I think at that point you're kind of bringing in the Jordan Pooles, the Kumingas, the wide. Let me ask you this, right?
So
it's a fresh batch of guys.
Is Steph at the point Well, I mean, that also comes down to, right, because they said Jordan Poole's asking for the max. His max should be, what, 4 years, $100 million?
Yeah, but I can see that, though.
Can you pay Wiggins, Poole, Curry's on the max already? Is Clay on his max, I think? Like, you can't pay everybody. I guess you can because they all on your team, right? So you're just going into the luxury tax for it. But... And I guess I would, but like, are you paying everybody? Is everybody?
I mean, Joe Lacob did has proven he did it already.
Poole's gonna leave because he was telling Wiggins we gonna get the bag.
Yeah, but I think he means we gonna get the bag from the Warriors. Like, I'm not leaving. Like, I'm gonna get
Wiggins.
Wiggins definitely ain't leaving.
I told my brother this. Wiggins did what Harrison Barnes was supposed to do. That one.
What is Wiggins' contract though? What that look like?
Cause I think he got 1 year left on his deal, but there's no way.
Oh no,
he's leaving. He's in a perfect situation.
But who knows? But I know when that.
But I can see Jordan Poole.
You seen that picture of him at the bro, he was he was zooted, bro. He was like, yo,
he got 1 more year on the deal. He's making $33 million right now. He's already getting the bag, Jordan. I'm not sure what you were referring to. I forgot they paid him that contract. He got $147 million from Minnesota.
Hey, but
he's getting the bag, my boy.
He'll probably get that $100 million from them. Like Jordan Poole and Tyler Hero is in the same that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Because one is gonna get 118, then the other one's gonna get 100.
That's gonna be that's such a weird dynamic too. Like, Tyler's gonna get 118, bro.
Yeah, 4 years, 118.
There's no way I'm paying Tyler Hero 118.
Why is he getting that much money?
I don't know, bro. Like,
there's no way. Sixth man of the year to not show up in the playoffs.
Yeah, bro.
He got.
Now they said he was hurt, but like,
he got some more to prove. To me,
I mean, you want 6.
I mean, because he coming in saying
that's a lot of proof.
Yeah,
he
coming in saying he wanted to start.
I'm looking at his 6th man of the year like I'm looking at
Nah, because I ain't gonna lie to you. Marcus Smart is worse because you can't come in with a jacket that says DPO and tell them I'm gonna show you why, and then come out and religiously get cooked.
I mean, listen,
Tyler
Hero got a song named after.
Yo,
Tyler Hero got a song named after.
That is.
Yeah, I mean, you got to show up when you got a song named after you, my boy. Hey, man, speaking of the Miami Heat, that's a good segue to get into, man. Y'all got a player that's opting out over there. And is he coming back, or could he be somebody that the Bulls look at in a PJ Tucker? Right. PJ Tucker is opting out of his deal. We got a lot of crazy news on opt-outs and opt-ins today, by the way. There's some massive contracts opting out and opting in. What do you expect to see from PJ in the is he just coming back to get a bigger bag from Miami, or is PJ on the move?
Where does he fit?
PJ
PJ fit on every team.
PJ fit on everything.
PJ is just aggressive.
PJ is a dog.
He doesn't because it seems like he doesn't go like he went to Miami with no expectations. He went to the Bucks and all. No, when I say expectations, it's like he didn't have a demand to start. He didn't have a demand.
He went to Miami with expectations. Miami just played the wrong team.
Okay.
He was there to stop Giannis. That was it. They paid him to stop Giannis.
I'm just saying he's not demanding a role on any team. That's what I'm mostly mean. No. Like, I'm coming here to start, or I'm coming here to do.
Because that's not what he do. That's not what it. At minimum, you gonna get 6 points out of PJ, some great defense, and 2 corner threes.
Do you expect him to come back?
I do. I mean, he said that he's wanted to be here, but I think at the same time he's looking at what.
Bring that shoe collection to Chicago.
What Pat does, and free agency. Like, are you gonna get a Bradley Beal? Are you gonna get the Joel Embiid? Are you gonna be able to bring in a Donovan Mitchell? Because I think that they asked him, like, did you guys fall short of the goal? And the goal was the championship. So I think that if they come in and they run it back, depending on which of the 3 stars they get, I mean, you could see him back, but I wouldn't mind him in a Bulls jersey.
Hey,
I would love PJ.
What would your Miami team have to do to
time
get
out though, because
Joel
at least he can stop letting DeMar wear those boots.
What is this? The boots.
Real quick,
because he wore some like Nike boots in game. Them joints was yellow, and
them heavy shoes, bro. That man was terrible. He changed shoes at halftime. He's like, these was mad heavy.
I was like, dog.
Steph, what would Miami have to do to get Joel realistically?
To get everybody
to get Joel. So basically,
Udonis Haslem is gone.
The only
Udonis Haslem is off the market.
Nah, that's a fact. I mean, for us, I just think what it's gonna be is because what's on the table and has been reported. I think I've seen like 3 reports on it. I think they said Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, and Duncan Robinson, and the 18th pick.
Y'all don't have 18, so that'd be tough.
I mean, not the 18th pick, 27. The 27 pick for a Joel Embiid.
That sounds good to me.
I'd make that deal. You basically giving up nothing.
Yes, exactly.
You giving up a bunch of. I don't know if he can shoot.
Yep.
And a guy.
You know what I'm
saying? And the guy is this 27th pick, by the way. Yeah, that's my smoke for Kyle Lowry for today. But no, I mean, like here's the question.
Would you take that
for Joel Embiid?
Yeah, would you take the deal?
Heck no. You sending me something else. You sending me a Bam out of bio or something.
Those the 2 players that's untouchable.
Well, guess who else is untouchable? Joel Embiid for you. You're not getting a generational scoring big man, and you're not sending me some form of big man back, bro. And no, I don't want Udonis Haslem. I was just joking. Here's
Muggs in the comments. You what?
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Here's my Muggs was cooking. Actually, Muggs was it was pretty split. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Shea was like he wouldn't give up everything for KD, which was wild to me. And there was some Muggs that was like, AD, what are you talking about? Like,
hey man, I just like. We finally building something decent. I just, like I said, I don't want to sell. I don't want a yard sale.
Well, here's my question, right? And it's not even so much just around PJ Tucker, right? Especially with this Bulls team, but like,
right.
I think PJ is a player that's on the market now, so you got to ask the question on him. Like, are we to a point where, like, do the Bulls need somebody on this team that's going to give them any sort of edge? We thought that was Tristan Thompson. We thought, like, bro, like, it irks my soul that we're talking about a game where Alex Caruso's face bangs off of the ground. Nobody says nothing to him. There's nobody even chirping from the bench, right? Like, at first I was like, nah, we had some guys that would have said something to him, but he wasn't. But, like, bro, nobody said nothing from the bench. Nobody like, hey, yo, run that way till we get in the game. You ain't on nothing, blah, blah. Like, nothing, bro. Like, I think PJ Tucker, and I get he comes in, like, I'm bringing him in essentially for bench defense.
Yeah, he brings the toughness.
And
to show P. Will how to be that kind of player, man.
He can give you some starts as well. But I think if he's there, like what, like that great.
Bro, I think
that Alex Caruso thing does not happen. I promise you. If PJ's there,
if he's there, PJ meeting you at the other end, you going down. It's not the Derrick Jones blow to the face, bro.
He getting ejected, and
you getting ejected.
Response. That's what we need.
You know what I'm saying? And here's this. It's not even just so much that, right? And it doesn't have to be PJ Tucker, but for me, every great team has that guy. Bulls guy was Dennis. Or Bill Cartwright, depending on which team. It was a lot of people that would fight back in that day.
Facts.
You know, you had Shaq, who was the tough guy on the Lakers. On Miami, you had UD at the time that didn't nobody really want to mess with. I don't really know if there was one on the Cavaliers. I ain't gonna lie to you. On Golden State, there was there's Draymond. You know what I'm saying? That people are drawing back and forth with, right? Even on our Bulls with Derrick Rose, you had Joakim Noah. You knew if anything happened to anybody on your team, Joakim Noah was gonna step in your face. He was gonna be Mr. Heart hustling muscle, right? Like, everybody's like, Alex Caruso's that that guy for us. But Alex Caruso was the one with his head banging off of that court.
He's not.
It's and
He's not that
to
guy.
add to that, you did what you call it? That Pacers team, the Reggie Millers last year had Steven Jackson.
That Pacers team, yeah.
Had Steven Jackson as well as like that tough.
Like every great team, right, has that kind of player. I mean, even you think about it, right, on the Boston Celtics, right, whether you like Marcus Smart or not, like he's the grit grime dude. He's the dude that's gonna be in your face.
So
he's the dude that's gonna be chopping it up with you. You know what I mean, he's the dude that's gonna be talking trash.
It's between him and Grant Williams, and Grant Williams don't be doing enough.
And you know what? And Grant Williams, but here's the thing. But they got that guy. Like the Bulls don't have that guy, and I think you need not to say that you need a guy that's just out there swinging, but I think you need that guy that's going to be the anything you need guy.
You have to feel his presence.
The anything you need guy, right? Like, hey, we rolling up now. We not doing that today. Hey, we not getting in the mix with this. We not like if you're gonna be a championship team, I feel like you need to have that one player that you look to and you say, nah, this dude is the dude that. Like Joe. Joe was a passer. He scored when he needed to. He was the defensive player of the year. He would be in your face. He would like anything that the Bulls needed, they had that. And I just feel like if you're going to legit get to the point where you're a championship team, I'll tell you this right now, Rudy Gobert's not that guy. Like if you go out and get Rudy Gobert, like Rudy Gobert's never gonna be the tough guy on the team. Like Steven Adams might not pick him up, but it's just because Rudy Gobert is a large human being that's really, really heavy.
I actually wouldn't be surprised. I think Steven Adams picks up.
Steven Adams probably pick up cows just for.
Steven Adams picks up trees and all.
But it picks up trees, bro. But like, I think you need that edge on this team, and the Bulls don't have that right now.
Yeah, we need.
No, that's a fact.
We need that. Well, we need an enforcer that can also play defense, not just out there to flail around him.
Yeah, and I'd go get PJ Tucker on a mid for that.
I'm not mad at PJ. Come on, PJ. Let's do this.
PJ gonna command about.
PJ's gonna command probably about 8.
6 to 8, yeah.
Probably he gonna command. I think he's due for an 8% increase. He's probably gonna command about $8 million.
No, that's right. I mean, I think if it's there, you go out and get him. I mean, I fully expect him back with us. But I mean, if he doesn't resign, I expect the Bulls to pay top dollar because the other two teams I've seen, the Suns and I forgot the other team, but the Suns is baffling to me. It's like you continuing to stack up the old dudes now. Continuing to stack up the old dudes while trying to get the young dude out of there. I'm trying to like what?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's a whole different dynamic in itself with that, bro. But I don't know. I feel like if you can find that, and listen, right, for me, PJ Tucker is he's not the first move you make a free agency. If the first thing I see is we sign PJ Tucker, I'm starting to feel a little nervous.
Hey, but that's the Giannis stopper, though.
It's definitely the Giannis stopper. I give you that. Like, and listen, it's not like the Jordan stopper. Like, he actually be stopping Giannis. Like, Giannis had what? Like a game where he had like 15 points against y'all or something like that. Like, yeah, no, he actually be stopping Giannis, bro. So like, but it's just one of those things, right? Where like I feel like PJ Tucker would be a good asset for the Bulls to bring in. But, and right, like more so for me, right, like on some teaching P. Will stuff, on some, hey, like, you know, this is how you want to play Giannis here. This is how you want to do this. This is how you want, like, to me, everything you're doing right now has to be for the betterment of P. Will and the team.
Right.
P. Will to me, does P. Will feel a little Justin Fields?
A little bit.
Like you don't feel like you're going to win a Super Bowl or well, I guess Super Bowl for Justin Fields, but a NBA championship if P. Will doesn't become the player that AK thinks he is. Does it feel like that?
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, even to that point,
which is like, crazy to say, by the way, he gave us 9 points a game.
His kid talks a lot about you know, opportunity and then getting the like getting the run, like. Could you imagine? Because he's already getting like the mid range work from DeMar. He's gonna teach him how to be more aggressive. I think that's gonna pay off tenfold. But you came in with PJ to teach him how to defend Giannis.
Yeah.
Like, where else would you want to be? This is legitimately like a master class.
And then if he's able to figure that out, right, like you can go hard on Giannis for 30-something minutes, and then PJ come off the bench.
Even Ayo to a certain extent.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's like when I was watching.
I'm just talking about like.
Hey, Caruso did good. It was like, oh god, not bad. All right.
I wasn't saying Ayo on Giannis. I'm just talking about defensively.
Just defensively,
yeah.
And it's weird, right? Because like if you just look at PJ's stats, right? Like PJ's stats will tell you he's a terrible defender. I think PJ Tucker was like a 114 or something like that, or 110 defensive, or 113, 114, somewhere around that defensive rating. He's worse than Vooch, but you know that's not like actually what's going on the court.
Right, it's a mess.
Oh yeah, no, you seen it in the playoffs.
So I be telling Muzz, them numbers lie. Women lie, men lie. Them numbers also lie. Somebody else that opted into their deal. We had a lot of interesting ops today. John Wall opts into his $47.9 million deal. Big shock there. With the Houston Rockets. Where does John Wall play next year, boys? Because
that was surprising.
That was surprising that he opted in?
Yeah.
To a $47 million deal. That was surprising to you.
I mean, besides like the money notwithstanding, it was just a big question mark whether he wanted to play in Houston.
Well, I know he don't want to play in Houston. That's a given. I know he doesn't want to play in Houston. That's why I said, where's he going to be next year?
Uh-huh. In this case,
and who has the ability to even trade for him?
I was gonna say, in this case, I think it's right to say that a fool is born once a day, because for the 47 M's, I don't know how you put.
I will say this. He wouldn't look bad in the Heat jersey.
47 M's, I'm cool. No, I'm cool.
You don't care about 47 M's if you're winning.
Right.
I only care about Rudy Gobert's 40 M's if Rudy Gobert's trash.
That's a fact. But I mean, we paid Duncan 80.
Well, that was stupid.
And we got him out of there with the quickness. I mean, I already know what Pat was on. Like,
I mean, maybe that's the deal you make. Could you see a bringing John Wall back? You get Duncan out of there. Who else makes the money work? Because Duncan's getting what, 20 a year?
Duncan's getting 20.
Well, that was a rumor earlier, going up to Portland, right?
But I'm not finna see.
John Wall. Yeah, that would be terrible. Although I guess Dame could finally play the 2 guard.
Yeah.
Cause see, that's the thing. I fully expect us to move off Tyler. Like,
you don't expect Tyler to be there.
No, I don't expect Tyler to be there because it's 118. And it's Miami. Like somebody's gonna want to come here out of those 5 guys we mentioned. In terms of free agents.
Hey baby, how you doing? Why am I grabbing my baby? Oh, okay. We got baby on the podcast. Little mama in the
Hey, say something to the people.
What's good, little mama? I'm making it.
Get rid of Kobe White, cool.
Say something to the people.
The first thing, her first words, trade Kobe.
Say something to the people. Say something to the people.
Oh, she's actually adorable.
That's funny. She stole that child.
She gonna lay down over there. What you got to say to the people, mama?
I said what I said.
All right, little mama on the podcast.
Trade Kobe White.
I said what I said. Trade Kobe. Get him out of here.
Trade Kobe.
Even the babies turned against Kobe. Why is she sitting with the arm up though? Like she got something real serious to tell me. What's going on, little mama? Hey,
the Bulls gonna be champions. That's what's really going on.
Well, I mean, shoot. If you don't see John Wall in Miami, where do you think he ends up playing next season? Could we see John Wall return to Washington? You get Kuz and Porzingis out of there.
I don't think that's happening.
Wow.
I'm just throwing out long shots at this point.
I don't think Brad Beal want to stay.
Why not San Antonio for Wall?
They're gonna get rid of 47. You got to trade to make the money work.
Oh, okay.
See, I think he
Or
want.
could we see John Wall be a mid-season trade? Like, is there a real chance that John Wall doesn't play another season?
No, he'll play.
I just think this year it's hard to make the money work. You asking for somebody to take on $47 million. I mean,
because if nothing else, they might try to make the LA thing work.
And this is the thing. I know he wants to play competitive ball.
At least the Clippers.
You think they might make the Clippers work?
If they might not let LA work. I mean, the Lakers work. They might try to make.
I don't think the Lakers is gonna work, which is random to me though, right? Because like I'm trying to figure out if like the Lakers just don't want to give Houston the pick because they offered the pick to Indianapolis, according to the report we saw earlier with the 2026 first round pick. Like. Or do you just not believe that John Wall and LeBron James can coexist? Because I'm on board with that.
It feels
like I agree with that.
It feels like Chris Paul trying to go to the Lakers.
I think
like I think it's multiple people trying to shut that. I think
that's a little
Wall
better.
Trying to join LeBron and Westbrook.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a little better than Russ and Bron. Does that get you a chip? Probably not. This is the thing. I know John Wall wants to play competitive ball, but at the same time, like I said, you asking somebody to take on 47 AM. So like this year, I think he might have to hold the L.
Well, that's the big question that I had, right? Because you got to think about it, right? Like, are you talking about a team where? Or are you talking about a year where John Wall is in a situation where he has to take a buyout for him to be able to play?
Yeah.
A buyout?
Yeah. No,
he didn't want to take a buyout last year. That's why John Wall stayed in Houston, and more probably because the buyouts that they were talking about were like, we'll give you 20 of these 40. You know what I'm saying? But like, are you going to see John Wall have to take a buyout for him to play competitive basketball this season?
No, I'm with that. Now I'll say this: if
he's not with that,
if he take a buyout and then he want to come play, shoot. Like, but I'm not finna pay you for 47 M's to do it.
Why? You paid Kyle Lowry all that money and you knew what he was gonna give you.
No, they trying to. Pat is trying to get rid of Kyle because Kyle's not in shape.
Kyle wasn't in shape last season. Kyle ain't never been in shape. Kyle's whole career is out of shape.
I'm not gonna lie.
What shape is Kyle Lowry in? He's a bulldog type point guard.
Pat Riley took, but I'm not gonna.
Pat Riley using that as a cop out. Let's be 100% honest. He's using that as a cop out.
Because he didn't show up.
He don't want Kyle Lowry on the team no more.
Wowzers.
I don't know why. Actually, we wanted DeMar.
I bet you did.
We wanted DeMar.
You thought Kyle was gonna get you DeMar.
I know. That's fully what happened. That's fully what happened.
And then you got Kyle, and he was just a limit.
And man was just like, oh, all right.
What'd you think, AD? Where you see John Wall at next season?
Man, honestly, I'll probably see him stay and put. Somebody had to say.
You see him in Houston? They don't even want to play him.
Well, that's now before. That was then before they made the trade that they made. Now it's like I feel like maybe the team dynamic or how they will play might feature John Wall.
With Jalen Green and
it wouldn't.
I don't see John Wall getting any tick on that team.
It wouldn't.
I think so. I think it's either a discussion has had to happen. Like
it did. They told him go home.
No, but it's like, okay, cool. He opted in, but a discussion had to happen upon opting in.
No, opt in mean y'all got me, and it's my option to opt in, and I'm gonna get my money.
Right,
and that's the end of the discussion.
But I don't think it's him communicating. I think it's the team. Like, okay, yo, so you're opting in.
Well, I think that
somebody has to say something.
I think the first discussion is, oh, you're opting in. Let's figure out where we can trade you that you actually want to go.
Right.
And that's actually going to work out. Because I don't think there's any chance John Wall plays in Houston again. I could see the Clippers.
I can see Cleveland.
Again, like that's the Karis LeVert situation for me. You got another dude that's got to have the ball in his hands for his game.
It's crowded in Cleveland. Detroit?
Absolutely not.
Coming off of the bench for Cade, John Wall's better than Cade.
They would probably put both him and.
I mean, late in the season, Cade did start.
Cade got better, but John Wall to me is still better than Cade. Now, granted, this is John Wall, and I ain't seen him in a year and a half, so maybe he's not anymore. But I'm assuming John Wall can still play the game of basketball at a pretty high level, and he's going to be better than a second-year dude. Is there? I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, really, like, there's not a lot of teams that fit that can pay him. Like, could we see? Here's a long shot one, right? But could we see John Wall in OKC?
No.
They finally start to try and put some
Josh
players.
Giddey the one with the ball in his
Josh
hand.
Giddey got 11 triple doubles last year, and everybody's acting like Josh Giddey was Russell Westbrook.
But I mean, I'm not saying he rushed, but the man had the ball in his hand.
I actually think 11 is high, but like most keep talking about Josh Giddey like Josh Giddey was Russell Westbrook, brother. Like
my man's had the ball
I think
in
he
his
had
hand.
like 7 triple doubles.
But what? Could he join? Nah, I don't think that works either. Could he join New Orleans?
No, not at that price. Like I really at that price, right? I don't think we see John Wall play
Milwaukee in a
competitive
backup role
at $47 million.
I mean, but you factor in buyout.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's the only way you see John Wall anywhere, and at that point, right, it doesn't matter. He can go to any team. But at $47 million, I don't think we'll see John Wall play competitive basketball at that price.
Oh yeah, not right now. I mean, when the season starts, he'll be what, 32?
How much of a buyout is he taking? What, 30 mil?
No,
You got to give me 30.
25.
38.
I'm not taking 25. I'll sit out.
38.
Difference between 25 and 47 is quite a bit, my boy.
38.
Hey,
38.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I get to name the number. I'm not gonna lie to you. I get to name the number.
37.5.
30.
You know what I'm saying?
It'll be 30.
If I'm John Wall, I'm coming to you and I'm like, y'all don't want me to be here. I want to play.
Why? Break off my bread.
Hey, it's legitimately like arbitration.
I think the NBA needs something like that, bro.
Nah.
Like,
I'm only going to play her for a year. I want 30 M's to play her for a year.
I almost think the NBA needs something like that, bro, because it baffles my mind that John Wall sat out an entire NBA season.
Healthy, right?
Healthy. They just told him go home.
That's crazy.
We don't want you to play. We'll pay you.
But outside of Kyrie, he has to be the freshest mug on the court. You ain't played.
Oh, you talking about like fresh legs? I thought you were talking about fashion. I was like, I don't even remember John Wall fashion. Like, where'd that come from, brother?
No.
And Kyrie be wearing some crazy stuff out here.
Hey, Kyrie, come on now.
But
let brother Kyrie live, man.
brother Irving. Hey, could that be a spot? John Wall in place of brother Irving.
If you go to LA or something, yeah.
I'm talking about it.
I'm not mad at it. There was both.
I'm saying if Kyrie go to if
Kyrie would have to get traded to Houston. It would have to be a trade.
It just depends on how fractured. Nah, because Ben I just slide into the one.
Man, Ben ain't a factor. Ben getting traded again to me. I'm shipping Ben with Kyrie wherever he go. Ben in Houston.
Yo, actually,
I wouldn't be mad at Ben in Houston.
That might actually happen though, because KD ain't spoke with the Nets front office. So then after that, Kyrie Lee, KD like, I don't want to play here no more. Ben definitely gonna tell you I'm out.
Wowzers.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I forgot Ben Simmons was on the team.
But then
I forgot Ben Simmons even played for the Brooklyn Nets.
Bro, legitimately, Brooklyn might have like outside of OKC the best setup, because then you still got those 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
If I ship KD out of here, that's at minimum still 3 first-round picks right there. But then what am I getting for Ben is the question.
A bucket.
I don't even know, right? Like, I don't even know what value he has, and he's got a stupid contract too.
Like,
yeah, bucket of chicken.
That's tough.
It's wild. And and that's the thing. I really don't know if KD's gonna play in Brooklyn.
Maybe will Wall work in Memphis?
No.
They need another score
Only off a buyout.
of a buyout. But
Because Ja don't shoot well enough.
Yeah,
And John can't shoot at all.
Yeah, I fully expect.
John is like a 30. I think John is like 34, 35% from the three or something like that.
Oh, John Wall can't.
John Wall, not a shooter.
Not a mid range either.
John Wall was attacking the basket. He might be a shooter now. I don't know. Like I ain't seen him play in 3 years, basically.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be that's gonna be an interesting dynamic in itself. Mama, what are you doing? I don't understand why your mama brought you down here while I'm in the middle of doing a whole podcast.
You fast, she chilling.
She big chilling, but what's up, boo? What's going on?
What it do?
Little mama in the building, man. What you doing?
What's up?
What's going on?
Start stealing the show.
Look at you. Look at you.
Look at yourself.
That's all right, man.
Now look at me.
Look at yourself. Now look at me. Now look back to yourself. Now back to me. Sadly, it isn't me. But if you use Old Spice body wash, you can smell like it's me. Was it anything else? Oh yeah. Did we want to get into the Deshaun? Oh, hello. And there's the baby. Bye, baby. Bye, baby. We'll see you later. Hi. Did we want to get into the Deshaun Watson at all? Settling 20 of the 24 cases.
He got paid.
They took the money.
Is there going to be which is a wild situation? I think the four people that are still the four ladies that are still haven't settled. I believe that their plan is to not settle. From what I was reading today, I could be wrong on that. But what do you feel like the chance that Deshaun Watson plays this season is when you take into account everything that's going on? The NFL's still going to do their investigation. They're still going to do all of this stuff, right? Like, does Deshaun Watson play? And here's my thing. I am pro justice system, innocent until proven guilty. That's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be guilty until proven innocent. For some reason, that's where the justice system has gone to. I will say this, as Dave Chappelle said, but in a nicer way, a lot of names.
Yeah, my thing is,
even if you take half them names away, a lot of names.
It's not even about that now. Now the cover up is in the midst of happening, because now this spans not only the Browns, but now we have the RICO charge. Like, not necessarily RICO charge, but you have
RICO.
The NFL has to deal with how Houston handled it, and then now how the Browns are handling it, and then the added names to the list, and they want Deshaun to play. So now it's basically the NFL versus young women. And sad to say, the NFL is going to find a way to do it. Whether it's I think it's just no way to handle this admirably. It's just going to be. It is what it is. Yeah. It's going to be up to the ladies to use their resources to battle the machine that is the NFL, which sounds so crazy, because it's like, because this man can't get self-control of himself, or conduct himself properly, professionally, that two NFL teams are now working to absolve themselves while backing him, as well as the whole NFL. Because the one thing they're not going to do, you're not going to have a old, rich white man look stupid. Not necessarily all of them who own these teams. Like, if one looks stupid, they're all in danger of looking stupid. So they're all, like, the shield is the shield. And Roger Goodell is going to make sure that that's not damaged. And they already have all the other domestic violence situations that have come before, that have set precedents. The investigation means nothing. I don't even. Is this fall under domestic violence? This is a whole different. This is a whole different. You did. When it comes to NFL players and their misconduct with women, be it sexual assault or sexual harassment or domestic abuse, the NFL has always taken a stance, which is a slap on the wrist for all of that.
Well, I mean, Ray Rice didn't get a job again. I don't think.
So I'm just at a mindset. I don't know why we asked the question like is he gonna play? Of course he's gonna play. Greg Hardy, like,
they gonna make
demolished somebody and played.
They gonna make it a
like he played.
What
like,
happened to Buddy last year that like dang near
Oh no!
girl to death?
He played.
I was gonna say, didn't he like compete for a Super Bowl?
He played.
There was one dude like he almost beat his girlfriend like to death.
Like legitimately, bro. He played like the NFL.
No, he was in the league. He was like an offensive lineman at training camp.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
And like nobody said nothing to him. And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm not saying that that's the way that it should be. I do think Deshaun will play, and the only explanation for it is because that's the NFL.
The NFL,
so
the
crazy.
NFL want to see
you
it
get more. Like I said, it's such a machine because the NFL will use every other distraction to hide specifically what's going to happen to Deshaun.
Yeah.
So any other situation, they'll the kneeling for the flag or any other type of situation, they're going to amplify those things in order to hide Deshaun. So they're going to do everything in their power to hide all of that. It's some type of like they do a very good job at being scandalous in that way. Because it's just crazy to me that one, like, literally you can any other offense, like Roger Goodell comes down heavy-handedly,
and we haven't even heard anything from the NFL on this yet. Like they haven't even started their investigation.
The investigation is a guy sitting watching film. like there's no investigation. He's like, yo, you investigating? Yep, I'm investigating in here. You know what I'm saying? Bring me some chips on your way back.
I want to know. I want to know. Like
that's a fact.
I want to know what. Yeah, I want to know what their plan is on this, right? Like I want to know, because we're getting to the point now where like, okay, we passed OTAs, we passed minicamp. Training camp is what? A week away, 2 weeks away.
And he was at the OTAs.
He was at all of this other stuff. He's still talking.
He's going
I will say, haircut looking much worse since the trial's been going on.
He was the only one that was crisp with the waves on Sunday,
bro.
I will say that.
Ever since all this mess started happening,
crisp with the waves. Now,
the wildest thing ever. Did y'all see the video like pop up on Twitter with him and Mia Khalifa? And like Mia Khalifa is at his crib in a maid's outfit, just playing on like a mini basketball hoop.
Oh yeah,
dunking on him. And somebody retweeted it and was like, "This man is dangerously horny. Like, you got to get this under control, brother."
Somebody when Diddy posted that massage video on Revolt, he was in the comments talking about, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like he was getting massaged, and you see Diddy it's like three massage therapists on him, and then he's like, it's basically like a either a Motorcon or something, like him really just basically relaxed.
Yeah.
And then Deshaun in the comments like, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm like, yo, dude,
but you know what though?
Really?
It goes back to what you said yesterday. I think we was on the car. He was like, dog, if you want to do something like that, find the people that do that
like,
type
of thing.
Cause
I think that was my thing with it, bro. It's like,
you could pay a professional that happens to massage, not a massage therapist.
Legit, if you're doing that, because at this point, only thing the NFL gonna do, and it be killing me.
It's all about to get swept under the bus, which is kind of sad.
They gonna find the biggest rug they can find, bro.
But bro, the thing that kills me is like, oh well, we've taken all these policies and put these policies in place for women, and we don't want abuse for this. We don't want you hitting on your wife or anything like that. Like, dog,
that's a policy, by the way. Like,
and they don't uphold none of it. They don't
It's
want
not
none of it.
there's
It's just gonna be.
They come down stronger.
Oh my
on
God.
other things, but like
We've held the investigation. Deshaun, 4 games. Baker's gonna play those 4 games, and then after that, you gonna see Deshaun? What you gonna see Deshaun suit up?
and the sad thing
Like,
is,
what are we talking about right now? Like,
now you kind of strap a fan base in Cleveland to who's had success without him, who have expectations. Now you saddle them with Deshaun. Now, like, it's like you have to either force them to give up all the success they've built to kind of, if they rebuke the team, that's the only way something will happen.
but I think, but
Fan base, like, I'm
Muggs,
not watching this. I'm not attending games. That's what they would have to do. But asking all their whole fan base to get behind that is asking a lot. Like, football is football. We just talked about it earlier. So
Football is God.
So a lot of people ignore a lot of things, and that's just not the owners. It's just not the teams. It's just not individual players.
Dog,
It's
listen.
the fans.
And
fans
here's the
ignore
thing.
a lot.
All these mugs who are holier than thou in all these other cities saying, I would have never, you would have never. Deshaun Watson don't play on your team. That's why you would never.
Right.
and there's the thing.
And I'm not saying it's right. I just know that that's how the NFL rolls. Guess what? You think Pittsburgh fans were upset about Ben Roethlisberger winning them 2 championships? You know why they weren't? There were women and children and everything screaming, wearing Big Ben's jersey, walking around the city. It was fine. Nobody had a problem with it, right? And I'm not saying that that's right, but what I'm saying is that that's the machine that fandom produces.
Yeah.
That being a fan of the NFL produces. And for me, right, like, there's some people, like, I remember when everything went down with, like, Patrick Kane. Remember he had all them allegations and stuff like
with
that?
the limo.
In the limo, right? He had all them allegations. I remember my dad was like, you can't get a Patrick Kane jersey. You can't do this. You can't do that until we win the Stanley Cup.
Like,
Yeah.
Granted, Patrick Kane was a very different situation. Like, all of that stuff, it didn't get swept under like that. I think they went to trial. He got proven innocent.
Yeah,
all of that. But, like,
it was a Kobe situation.
did Kobe get proven innocent? Kobe settled.
He got absolved, I thought.
Yeah, he got absolved.
I thought Kobe settled. Either way, but yeah, basically, like, all, but when you win a couple of Stanley Cups.
Yeah, I mean, it's
that Ben situation is crazy because he was mad rapey.
Yeah, no.
The Ben situation is wild because he did it multiple times.
Multiple times.
I thought it was Groundhog Day.
Multiple times that nobody cared. I mean, but it just goes to show. I mean, even I think the crazy thing about it is, I mean, you have multiple examples of them doing it, and then you actually think it's gonna change. I mean, it was like that with the Mike Vick situation. Like,
bro, no, this is the problem with the Mike Vick situation. They came down on Vick more over dogs than they've come down on people for women.
Right? Not yet. Cause
that's wild.
It's I'm gonna go to jail, but then the fan,
bro,
But the fan part of it was like,
and he can own dogs now.
We don't want him here, Andy Reid. How could you do this?
Bro.
Until he was winning.
Sub him in for Donovan McNabb 1 game. Oh my God, the connection between him and Deshaun Jackson.
Till he was winning.
Oh my God.
That's what I mean. Like, bro, like, I'm not
12-4, 13-3. Oh my God.
The whole situation is messed up. However they settle it in the legal system, they settle it in the legal system. I don't know if Muggs at this point, like, they're claiming sexual misconduct. They're not claiming rape, right? Like, nobody's claiming that.
Bro, they're using every
nobody is saying rape one time.
Every favor they have, and those powerful people have all the favors. If you are looking for the NFL to do the right thing, look again.
First off, never look for the NFL.
Right, they are never going to do the right thing.
They got policies in place and don't use them.
Muzz asked the NFL to stand by black people, and they were like, and it's like, we're like 70-something% black, right? Like, you might want to stand by them, but
right. You want to crown him? We're gonna pay him a settlement. He's gonna take it and never play.
You do know I'm black, right?
Hey, listen. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all can say you hating, you and Uncle Tommy, all that. He wasn't good.
Who?
Colin Kaepernick. He shouldn't have had a job. Like, go back and watch that last season.
No, he really
go
wasn't.
back and watch game by game. Because I remember it, right? Because I became a San Francisco-ish fan because the Bears were, meh. So I needed somebody to root for.
Because of Jim?
Because of Jim, yeah, because of Jim, yeah, and because like they were winning and Kaepernick was entertaining and it was fun to watch. Literally, they treated him like Mitch, and then Muggs was like, he's better than people in the NFL.
My only kryptonite to that point is
they tried to hop on the wave while it was popular.
He didn't get as many chances as a bunch of other people have got.
I'll agree with that. He didn't get nearly as many chances.
He didn't get that chance.
He didn't get nearly as many chances.
He's not even asking. My only thing is he's not asking to start. Like, people, like, the NFL weaponizes the fan base and makes a big deal out of him trying out on purpose.
What team is he a good backup on?
My thing is, he's better than most lame duck backups. Y'all let anybody be a backup.
If you give him,
but this the thing.
Seattle Seahawks.
No,
he been chilling. Nobody knew he was even in the NFL anymore.
Who? Geno?
Yes.
You want to know why?
Geno was trash.
No, you want to know why though? Because Geno, at a minimum, plays stylistic like Russ. Not good, but I got one system.
Else does that?
No. Alex or Colin Kaepernick don't.
How so?
Because he can't throw it all.
But like you know how
Kaepernick was Kaepernick was a terrible passer when they figured him out.
He has like 100 part. He has like me throwing the football part 57, like literally right now.
Yeah.
No.
So does Hoodie Mello. He torches everybody on the court. You know what happens when he gets on an actual basketball court? He don't look that great no more. Like, not to say he's not good. Like, it's not. Listen, Colin Kaepernick's a better athlete than I'll probably ever be. There's no slight to Colin Kaepernick. But, like, there's a reason. There's a minimal amount of quarterbacks you actually can put in behind. Maybe Cam Newton. And you knew the Patriots wasn't gonna bring him in. You knew he wasn't gonna go play for the Patriots.
It's just performative. It's not a real.
Remember when Kid tried to put that argument up? This offense is built around Cam Newton.
Yeah, no,
it's not a real.
They saw.
He's not getting a real shot.
No, I'll agree. He didn't get a real second chance, and I think he should have gotten a second chance in the NFL. But also, right, like you kind of burned your bridges in the NFL. Blah blah blah. But he shouldn't have. But there's not many He's like, I'll come in as a backup. Who you coming in as a backup for? But I need you to be able to throw the ball at a minimum.
But can you burn a bridge when what's happening isn't virtuous?
Yeah, but Dak's system is very pass heavy.
Nobody is
right. You You literally have to have a starting.
They don't got the line.
You literally have to have a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
That runs like maybe Lamar, but Lamar's got his backup.
Brown. Well, that's too much.
Facts, he does already.
You literally need a system where they're like, we don't want you to throw the football that much.
My only thing is like, I think it's just ignored. A lot of the other factors are ignored. Like the
Colts.
Like, I don't think we all know, right? But we ignore the fact that the government pays
Matt Ryan
the NFL to even do all of the
No. I get all of that. I get all of that.
So my thing is like, what bridge are you burning by not falling in line? Literally, Deshaun Watson is not falling in line right now, and they are caping for this.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Because. Like I gotta agree with Pat. Now that I think about it, it's not that many backup spots.
It's not. No.
Because
it's got nothing to do with like him kneeling or none of that. Like I'm sure that definitely plays a part into it.
That's
why he didn't get another shot.
That's our conversation.
That's a fact.
The larger scope.
In the larger scope,
the main reason.
But my thing was like Muzz were like, there are better backups in the NFL that you can use it for. We should have brought him here to back up Mitch. We wanted Mitch to throw. Like, Mitch's system predicated on him passing the ball. Alex Smith was not a good passer. What did he finish? He finished his last season at like a 59% passing completion and stuff
I'm
like
not
that.
caping for him to be one now. That would be on him. My
But,
thing
bro,
is, you stopped him from doing it then, so that stopped his money. But obviously, the settlement cures that.
No.
Now it's just up in the air.
So you saying that if he would have continued to play, he could.
If he was allowed to continue to play,
no, I know.
he
And
would've-
let
he
me
would've
tell
had a better shot.
let me tell you why that's not factual. Because they hopped on a wave. Because you got to remember, our RPOs was hot.
But his wave hasn't ended. RPO is still a thing.
No, but I'm just saying at that time,
It was heavy on the R.
heavy.
It was real heavy on the R. Bro.
like Washington won 10 games straight off the RPO. Like listen,
I got
like he was never gonna do that. Like our RG3 played himself by trying to go out there and do that and got hurt because of it. So, like, I mean, and then if you look at it now, the only reason why I honestly don't think he could be a backup now is because the teams where you tell him, oh, well, where you're going to back me up, and the ones that's throwing the ball is not really getting hurt like that. The other ones that's running the ball, like,
This is all I say.
they ain't really getting hurt like that either.
QBRs per season. 69, 71, 67, 60, 43, 49.
Oh, his rating is QBR.
This is QBR.
49.
I mean,
That's what he finished his career with, 49. His QBR overall is they don't even give you the overall. So I do the math on that. Like,
I understand.
he wasn't actually
that,
like for me. Like I get what Muzz is saying. Like he didn't get another shot, and there's plenty of white quarterbacks that have definitely gotten shots and been terrible. 100% agree. And I think the reason that he didn't get a shot is because he kneeled. But also, he was a bad football player.
No, honestly, I'm not even capable for him not fashion. The reason we even went on,
The documentary was wild.
the reason we even went in on this tangent is because it's like the NFL has managed to only do that right and keep him out. But they can't.
This is true.
But they
This
can't
is true.
get Deshaun
Yeah.
to stay off of his social media accounts and continue to incriminate himself. So I'm like,
Facts.
yo, you can keep him out, but you can't stop him from making your job literally harder. You know why? Because when they feel
NFL is
that
king.
the NFL versus anybody, that the NFL will come
The
out. on top.
NFL is king, and they need that.
I mean, it
they
does.
need their stars to play.
Think about it. The NFL went up. There are movies made about people going up against the NFL and concussion.
Oh yeah.
Guess what? Still people getting concussions every single week. It's safer now. Didn't he still get a brain contusion? Like, ain't that what a concussion is? Like, but we check for it now. I mean, okay, he still got it.
and they still let him in the game.
Hey, you know what I mean? Listen.
They still let him in the game.
And you know these mugs are, and at a certain point it's on the player too. Like, but you know these mugs are faking them out.
Oh,
You know these mugs are hitting them with how many numbers am I holding up? 4. What game was that? I forget what that was. That was a high school movie too. I
I'm
think
okay.
that was.
Bro.
I've seen mugs do that in real life, bro. How many fingers am I holding up? 4.
Dude,
That's why they went to them independent mugs, dog.
right. Several opportunities.
Yeah, Deshaun. I don't know, bro. Deshaun is
wild.
I wish the
It's like they trying to
I
help
wish
you when
the
you're doing it
best.
to yourself.
I wish the best for the young women. I hope they get. I don't know how much justice you're gonna get, but I hope you do your diligence to heal.
I
and
think
certainly
even the women that are going to take this thing to court, right? I think this is still going to end. I don't think it's going to end in jail time.
No, I don't think so. At this point, get your money. Still,
community
man.
service.
But they're trying to. That's
community
a whole
service.
different thing, right? Like you're at this point, you're talking about like trying to get a resolution for going through a traumatic experience. Like money ain't gonna do that. But I'll say this, right? Like here's the thing. I think that there are probably the 4 women that are that are fighting on this, right? That haven't settled, and whether they settle or not, I don't know if that's going to happen. I think they're the ones that might have really been affected by what Deshaun did and stuff like that. The other 20 though, like, unless like they came out and they tried to gang threaten them, like mob threaten them and stuff like that, like, were you really just in this for the money? Like, taking the money tells me at least some of y'all was in
20
this for a
out of
paycheck.
24.
No, but taking the money is like that's the option that they get. Like civilly, you either like there's no threat of.
But he beat all the civil joints, didn't he?
Right, when you sue somebody
beat all the
civilly,
civil joints.
it's purely compensation.
Yeah, he beat all the civil joints.
So it's like there's the money or nothing. Like he's not gonna get jail time. So it's like I'm gonna take the money.
Yeah.
So and you gonna get this NDA with that. So it's all about like there's certain levels of it, but it doesn't invalidate any of them for taking the money. I want to make that clear because at the very least, he put himself in a situation where he was with somebody, and it's you against them, and now you look crazy because you set a precedent. You can't not,
but
call these same looking white women to go massage on you, and it's you got 50 twins up there that look the same, that all massage therapists, and you all did the same thing.
But the thing for me is right, like you're also not proving that Deshaun did do something. By him signing an NDA, by him paying the settlement.
But that's their hope.
But it doesn't. Like that's the thing, right? If we're gonna prove somebody guilty or innocent, paying out a settlement doesn't prove somebody guilty or innocent. Paying out a settlement means I want this to be done so that I can go play football.
Yeah.
Because I play football for a living and I can get a heck of a lot more money playing football than I'm going to spend
that's
arguing with you in court.
That's the short-sighted view on Deshaun's part. I'm like, bro, it's like, yo, they just want to make it so you could play football now. Who's to say that all of this isn't going to come back up after you're well and done?
Well, ain't nobody there. It depends on what he does.
If you sign an NDA, they can't do nothing legally.
But they're not stopping him from continuing the behavior now. We already see it.
No, listen, I'm not saying
that's on you.
But here's my thing, right? Has anything come out proving? And I'm gonna be real with you. Like I haven't like read every piece of
but that's clearly his vice.
Out.
That's clearly his vice, and he has to get a handle on it.
I'll agree with that because it's a lot of women.
Yeah, that's what.
But like, has anything come out proving that like he got proven innocent on all these counts? Didn't he? At the civil level,
the civil joint.
They proved there wasn't enough evidence.
Yes, it's a technicality. So it's like to me, it's neither or. Like it's crazy ambiguous. Like it's like. It's not enough to overturn the call. Literally, it's not enough to overturn the call.
They in the courts and somebody just whipping out a challenge.
Yeah, it's like, yo, it's not enough to overturn. And it's unfortunate, but it's like this man has this machine behind him, and they gonna make a way. That man gonna be starting.
You know what's wild? I will say this, right? Like I don't think we've ever seen, and maybe you got to be a quarterback to get it. I don't think we've ever seen this kind of stand for a black athlete by the NFL.
Oh no. If he was a receiver, he would have been out of here.
If he was a receiver, if he was running back.
Look how they did homeboy for your squad who shot himself in the foot.
But no, that's supposed to go back. I will say this. If he was a receiver and he was black, but he was balling. He was balling and not causing a headache, they probably would have did the same thing. They probably would have did.
If he's the top receiver, yeah, I give you that.
Because
AB been through a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say AB been through the ringer.
No, but look at who was that? So one of the top receivers just did some goofy stuff, and they kind of got him, held him accountable somewhat.
Well, Henry Ruggs went to jail.
Well, Henry Ruggs is in jail, yeah.
No, not him. I'm not. If you drug drive, he got caught with a smoking gun.
Yeah, he got
caught with a smoking gun.
And he killed somebody, didn't he?
Yeah.
Car blew up.
His girl died, didn't he?
Nope. She was there.
She was there and lived.
She was there with him.
Oh, that's good. I hope she okay. But he gonna be locked up for a minute, bro.
Yeah, he's done. He messed his whole little life up. Let's close out on this, man. Let's close out on something a little more positive. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. At this point, we gone over now. We passed the 2 hour mark. Right. So we just having fun with y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Hey, I do gotta ask y'all, what's y'all favorite moment from the Warriors parade? Let us know in the comments below. By the way, if you're still in here, man, hit that like button if you haven't done so. Subscribe to the page. What's your favorite moment from the Warriors parade? Is it Klay knocking that lady over?
Bro, this man Klay.
Is it Draymond getting off the truck to go get ice cream at the parlor? Or is it Steph staring down the kid who asked Riley to marry him?
Steph staring down,
which was great, bro. If y'all haven't seen that, go see that picture, bro. Because that bonus.
Did you see Klay walking down the street with the Larry O.B.? He put it down, did a spin, and did the Michael Jackson move. I picked it back up and kept walking. That is my moment. This man, Klay.
I ain't even see that moment.
Anything's possible, Klay.
Anything is possible.
And
he put down the Larry O.B. and straight Mike Jackson.
Hey, Klay was definitely off the sauce. Klay was lit in that mug. He was out of there. He was 100% out of there.
Awesome.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I think the funny moment for me. Oh, you also got to throw in Draymond cussing everybody out on live TV.
This live TV? Yeah.
like multiple times, brother. I respect it. And then what was the other one? Oh no, Steph with Riley had me back.
Not yet.
I think that's the moment because it was like Steph just like, hey,
little boy, I'll choke you up.
Had a picture of his daughter on your dig and everything, bro.
Wow. Yeah, he definitely questioned his decision,
bro. And then she was like, I don't know if you saw her, but Riley was like, hey, mom. He was like, all right. Hey, he adjusted the hat real quick.
She seen the sign. That must said, I got time today, cuz.
Tell him don't play his.
What's good, baby girl?
Do not play
Take me out to dinner.
Nah, he said if you can't at least shoot the 3-ball, you not allowed in the family. I can't.
Bro.
I mean, Damian Lee's there. That mug shoot like.
Hey, he can shoot the 35%. Hey, look, I'm taking the Currys over any other shooting family you got.
Oh, you crazy? I'll take the berries.
What?
It's 3. It's
yeah.
4, man.
Are we just talking about the game? Or are we talking about just knocking down threes? We talk about the game. Give me the berries all day. We talk about knocking down threes.
If we're talking knocking down threes, I'm going with the Currys.
I can't even. Steph Curry.
I smoke y'all with the Plumlee.
No, this is the wild part. You tweaking.
What's the wild part, brother?
This is the wild part. Seth Curry's a better 3-point shooter percentage-wise.
Yeah, his percentage is better than
now, granted, he takes much less, but
actually, I'll take Candace Parker and her brothers, and kind of get y'all. I'll give y'all some go. Yeah, I'll give y'all some go.
Who are her brothers?
Was it Anthony?
Anthony Parker.
Are we forgetting about the Millers, though?
Yeah, I take the Millers. Reggie and Cheryl.
Oh, yeah. I'll
take the Millers.
Yeah. Shout out to Cheryl.
Yo, that's a legit question, yo.
Reggie Miller.
That's the question.
That might be the best matchup. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
out of all of them, that one might be the best matchup because
Cheryl was way better than her brother, and Reggie's a Hall of Famer.
Bro, that's wild to say, ain't it?
Yeah.
No, it's the fact that she was like religiously killing this man when they was playing, and then he's like, yeah, I lost my sister. That's cool.
Hey, you know why? His reasoning on it was great. He's like, who gonna roast me? All the boys in the neighborhood that she was also killing. Everybody else in the town that she was cooking as well.
You think she was just smoking my book? Like everybody was.
Hey, it's crazy because he just go to school. Hey, I lost to my sister. What you laughing at, Michael? I saw you getting laughing.
Right, you know what I'm
right, exactly.
I seen her hit you with that jab fade. Like, stop playing with it. Hey man, I think we done gave him a heck of a show, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another episode of the the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. See, I did that right there. It's not lying no more. It's daily Sports Talk or Sports Talk Daily, one way or the other, man. If y'all haven't done so, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. That's why it's called the Daily Sports Talk. We do this Monday through Friday from 11 to 1, so stay in tune with us on that as well. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same station, all that good stuff. And we'll probably have a video dropping today as well. Also got the NBA draft this Thursday, so be on the lookout for that. We'll be live for the draft. That'll be a lot of fun. Good to have some us in them. You know what I'm saying? See what the Bulls actually gonna do, bro. I hope some news drops today. I'm not gonna lie.
It's gonna be a lot of thievery and finessing that night, boy.
AK gets KD for a pack of bubble gum and a Slim Jim.
Right. Somebody gonna get got for a bucket of chicken and some za.
If you,
I'll tell you that right now.
Some Zaza and some runs.
Somebody gonna get you got.
and a half a Portillo's beef dinner.
The best thing about doggone, what's that mug name? It's not a man, Philip Hudson. He said, I've been around you my whole life, my boy. There's nothing exotic about you. Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, for Mr. Two Letters, if you knew better, you do better. And the man formerly known as Ringo J, Mr. Stefan the Dine, I'm Pat the Designer. Appreciate y'all for showing so much love, man. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Peace.